The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers Podcast, show number 199, being recorded on April the 14th, 2018. I'm one of your hosts, Jesus Gonzalez, also known as Jesus Walks a Lot. Today, I'm joined by the crew plus one from the crew before, from the Great White North, Canada Land. Ryan Gibson is back. Welcome back, Gib.
What's going on, everybody? Another episode of Horrible Gamers. One away from 200.
Let's
do this.
Right. And from the West Coast, the best coast, my friend Henley Merrill Gunny Chief is back. Welcome back, Gunny.
What up, guys? 199. Here we are.
199. And from the state of Wyoming, in the middle of nowhere, from a bunker, he called in. Brink of Eternity is here, guys. Welcome, Brink, to the show. Thank you for coming back.
Hello, friends. Thank you for having me.
Yes, I say yes.
Okay.
It's been a long time, so if I'm extra socially retarded, you'll have to forgive me.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Guys, head on over to Twitter and follow us at _Horrible Gamers. Leave us a review on iTunes. Hit subscribe real quick. If you have not done so, go ahead so you can get all of our shows when they go live. Join our Facebook community, Horrible Gamers Podcast community over on Facebook. It is a group. And you join it. It's a close group. You have to request access, answer the question, and we'll accept you into the group. You can always email us feedback at horriblegamers.com and head over to our Patreon and support us with money every month over at patreon.com/horrible gamers, like Jonathan Hall did, Alan Maybe, Joshua Wolf, Bill Gardner II, Evan Tanaka, John Jerome, and Adam Sunday. Thank you guys for being Patreons. We really appreciate it. It's helping us out quite a bit. And yeah, go do it. Be like them. Give us money every month. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Our intro song is done by Fowler and Twistix. It is called The Breakouts. It is a remix of that song, especially done for us. But you can listen to the original over on YouTube, iTunes, all the tunes. Find it, Fowler and Twistix Breakout. And our outro song is done by Brooke for free, and it's called Night Owl. So check them out. Guys, let's get into video game talk. Got a lot of video games this week that I played. So let's get right into it. Video games. I played a game this week, guys, that you all know about. I played Sea of Thieves.
I thought you were done with that game. What happened?
I was done with it, and then, it's just something about that game where,
It's fun, man. It's fucking fun. Sometimes you get fucking screwed, but you still have a good time when you play the game.
I mean, I have fun, and then I get really pissed off at it. Almost every time I play, I get really mad at it. Almost every time I play. There's not one time that I've played that game that I've just been happy the whole time. It's something that happens during the time I played that gets me mad at it. But this week I played with Mojo, Pinpoint, and somebody else. I don't know who. We got in there and we played. We did a few of the Order of Souls quests. But we only did a few. We didn't even finish the voyage, and then I was done with it. I was like, I'm done with this for now. I'll go back to it this week sometime. Big news with that later on in the show. Rare just announced their plans for the content drops for it, so we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, guys, Sea of Thieves. It's like a fucking love-hate relationship between me and that game. I like it sometimes, but sometimes I just hate it, and I don't even know how to deal with it. I want to uninstall it, and I have before, but then I reinstall it.
Don't uninstall it. It deserves a space on your hard drive. Come on.
My guess.
Game is so boring. So boring.
Oh, no, it's not.
Press
did you
X
play?
to adjust sail. Run over to the other sail. Press X to adjust.
That's fun.
Run downstairs with
I
your
like
bucket
that.
of water and dump it out. Patch up the side of the hole. Run back
But
up and
it's
adjust
fun,
the
man.
sail. And it's just, I don't know. It was boring. It was monotonous.
That's what
and
sailing
tedious,
a
and it's
boat
just-
is about, though. You know,
Yeah.
like
You're on the sea.
I feel like sailing a boat.
you just don't want to be a
is-
pirate.
Sailing a boat.
You need
is
to shave that
inherently boring.
beard, Brink. You need to shave that beard.
Sailing
You are
a boat
not a
is
pirate.
just
You cannot be a
boring
pirate.
as it is. The only thing that makes it somewhat not boring is because you're in real life out on the ocean. But like a simulation of sailing a boat is just.
But you can play music
Yeah.
and jump up and down with your friends.
Yes,
And
that
drink
was
grog.
exciting for a few minutes. It was.
I don't know. I have fun. Like we started like doing stuff. Like we will stop at sunken ships and swim down, and just explore. Like it's that's what I enjoy about it, and it's more the camaraderie between me and the people that I'm playing with that makes the game really fun. To be honest with you, but I still enjoy it. Like it's as long as people are playing it, it'll be fun to me, I think. And
Yeah.
I'm so they're going to be adding content like this is what I wanted them to do. I want them to continue supporting the game and listen to the community and push the game forward and add new stuff. It's a game that's going to get better over time.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is probably the first week I haven't played this game. But
The world
I
and atmosphere they created are phenomenal. The issue for me, it was like wonderful, and we're sailing, and I'm like, man, this is so gorgeous, and I'm just staring at the water and everything else, and the sunrises and sunsets. And then we ran into these other players, and they killed us, and we respawned 20 seconds away from them, and then came back and killed them, and then they respawned 20 seconds away from us, and it turned into like an hour long just respawning and right next to each other, and we were in this clinch, and the gameplay was going nowhere, and it just got boring after a while. And I know they recently patched that, and they made the respawn times longer, or they made you so you respawn twice as far away.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll have to try it again. Maybe it'll be better. Yeah.
Well, okay, let's just talk about the
That was
updates
right for me.
that they have coming
Let's
in.
do that now. Yeah, let's just do it.
In 3 weeks, since the Sea of Thieves has launched on the Xbox One and Windows PC, players have wondered about what's next for Rare's open world pirate adventure. The other day, I believe it was yesterday on the 13th, Rare offered a glimpse into the future, promising regular content updates and weekly events, as well as new threats and reasons to explore the Sea of Thieves world. So pretty much the design director, Mike Chapman, and executive producer, Joe Nate, talked about the development roadmap for the game in the new video and how Rare plans new ways to enrich the world and deliver things to surprise you. The next big addition to Sea of Thieves is a content update called The Hungering Deep. It is due out in May and will introduce a new AI threat to the game that will encourage players to interact in different ways and bring crews together. So apparently this new AI thing that they're adding into the game as an enemy, they say that you kind of have to form alliances with the other ships that are around you. It's not about like going there and fighting the other ships and trying to take them out to take the enemy out. It's like, no, you're going to need as many ships there as possible to take this thing out, they said. So I wonder how that's going to turn out, because we all know how the Skeleton Fort turned out. I know that was kind of designed the same way, where like it's probably better to go at it with 2 ships, but it always turns into a thing where one ship just comes along and they don't even want to talk. They just start shooting at you, and that's kind of crappy.
But hopefully we can enter an area where PvP is turned off.
I don't know. I don't think they'll
No,
ever do
I don't
that.
think that's going to happen.
Well, that's stupid then. How are we going to do it cooperatively with other ships if... I don't know. I mean, people would have to cooperate. If we had custom games...
I mean, we've done
I
it
would see
before with a skeleton.
Well, I mean, I've done
beta,
it. Yeah.
But we split that with the guys, and everything was fine. We didn't shoot at each other or anything. We were just like,
That's like
all
the
right,
perfect...
peace. We'll see you
But
later.
that's like
and we
a-
both went our separate ways.
That was like winning a million chance, though. You know what I mean?
It was. I can't believe it
You
happened.
can't.
But
Yeah,
it did.
90% of the time you'll run into another crew and they'll just start firing at you without even like letting you talk. You
Yeah.
just get shot at right away.
I
But
don't know.
it,
Maybe they need to add something like... what is it where only I can drive my ship or only a crew member can drive my ship, So, I don't know. But maybe that wouldn't work out either because they could still sink it even though they couldn't drive it. Or take off with my vehicle, my ship.
They say the Hungry Deep will be a permanent fixture in the game with the new mechanics and rewards as well. But it will kick off with the timed event that Rare plans to start teasing soon. So apparently they're going to have like a timed event that week, and then it's going to introduce the new enemy at the end of the week or something like that, and then people are going to try to get in there. They say Rare is also planning weekly events that offer new challenges and a time-limited exclusive rewards like hidden treasure for exploring the world. The goal is to bring areas of the game that haven't been into play yet and reward players with something tangible when they, for example, manage to find a skeleton throne in a hard-to-reach location. Sea of Thieves players will also get 2 more content updates this summer with Cursed Sails, which will include a new type of ship, and Forsaken Shores, which is like a new island, which will introduce players to a new perilous part of the world to explore. Rare is also deprioritizing the development of some previously announced features such as pets. So they're gonna they say they kind of put that in the back burner for now. So don't expect pets anytime soon, such as monkeys, parrots.
Man, I wanted a monkey.
Darn, no parrot.
And also another system that would allow legendary pirates to become captains of customizable ships. They say they're going to get rid of that for now and put that in the back burner. So don't expect to be able to customize your own ship if you become a legendary pirate. But they're saying that they're getting rid of that for now because they're obviously trying to add more content to the game.
Yeah, they're not saying they're not going to do it. They're just saying they're moving their focus in a different direction right now. I think they'll probably come back to that and add that stuff later, but they just have more important things that they have to work on other than giving us pets and fucking, you know what I mean?
What do you think this new ship is? Do you think that'll change the size of the crew?
Dumb shit for people to buy.
I see like an 8-player galleon or like a 6-player.
First thing I was thinking was
6-player or 8-player galleon.
8-player galleon would be fucking awesome.
I think
it would.
6 or 8. I think that's what they're going to do. I mean, unless they introduce a new ship that's like smaller, then what the fuck?
Can you imagine having like unlimited crew members on your ship?
Oh man!
Like if you could just have like fucking up to like 25 fucking people on your ship.
You know what's crazy?
1 for each sail, 1 for each cannon. Yeah.
Some people on Reddit when the game first came out actually did that. They ran around the whole map, ran into all the other ships on the map, and said, "Hey, jump on our ship."
Just jump on our ship.
And they took a screenshot, and they had like
booze cruise.
Yeah, they had like 20-something people on their ship because they just went around the entire map, constantly picking people up and just saying, "Hey, get on our ship. Nobody fight each other. We're all just going to be on the same ship."
I cannot believe somebody didn't blow up a barrel and just kill everyone.
No, it was just I don't know.
There's always one.
Oh man,
you're breaking
one horrible person who.
Brink, you are roboto.
Brink, you are breaking up bad, buddy.
Yeah, every second word.
Yeah, I could hear like you're chappy as fuck right now. Put it that way. You're chappy.
Chappy.
But yeah, that's the content that Rare plans to release for the game. Like I said, there's something about that game that I like, and something that I just hate the PvP about it. I just hate that. I hate that everybody just attacks everybody.
I don't like the fact that
those times where you're like,
you don't see them coming.
Yeah, there was times where like I was on for like 6 to 8 hours, like just straight. And I had no issues, you know what I mean? It was so great. It was one of the best times that I've ever had with Sea of Thieves. Were in those periods where I was playing it so much that I think it was near the end of the beta where and there wasn't that many people on, so we weren't running into people very often. And when we did, it was like we would just go our separate ways. Or maybe fire some cannons because we're worried about each other, and then once we get far enough apart, we just kept going our own direction, you know what I mean? But it seems like a lot more people have decided to, I don't know, just be assholes.
Yeah.
Like the experience where I was the only one on a ship. I'm on an island by myself trying to fight skeletons, and then this galleon rolls up on me and just fucking off with my boat, And that was a shitty. And I felt the same way you did, Jesus. After that, I was like, fuck this game. I don't want to play it. But you know what? I fucking went after them, and I started having a good time just trying to taunt those guys. You know, so I was like, all right, whatever. I had my good time, and I did give up eventually, but I always came back to it.
Nice.
I mean, I feel like the game's going to be something that you'll come back to periodically in between games and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And you'll still have a good time as long as people are playing.
Yeah.
You know, that's the biggest thing. As long as you have people that are playing, you can still have a good time in there, right? And if they're going to keep adding new content, it's only going to make it better, right? Hopefully.
Yeah. I want them to add whales to the game. They need to add like whales and fish to the game.
Whales.
Yeah, whales. What the fuck did I say?
It sounds like wells.
I thought you said wells, and I'm like,
whales,
what, like a
man,
fucking
whales.
whale on the island or something? You want to jump down and get stuck in there? What are you talking about?
But yeah, let's move on here and
I
let's
want to
talk.
see them add a game search.
What?
Remember, like Borderlands 2 had that. Remember Borderlands 2 had that where I think when you said search for game, it gave you a list. Basically, it was a small list, right?
It'd show all your friends that were online playing the game, and you could just join them.
No, no. So you go to search for game on Borderlands 2, and basically it would show. I'm just going to guess here and say it would show about 20 games of different people, whether it was just 1 out of 4 or 2 out of 4, 3 out of 4 people. Those were pretty cool because then it would actually show what level they are, what they're playing. But I know this game's not going to be like a level. Yeah,
but the levels doesn't matter.
It would still be nice
game.
to have that.
It doesn't mean anything levels. So.
Yeah, there's no XP in the game.
I still want that game search.
They're gonna add mic options to the game. So like if you start a game up and it says they're gonna see if you have a mic on, first of all. Like the game can see if you have a mic plugged into your controller. And if you don't, then the game is gonna search for other games that people don't have mics plugged in. And when you're in a galleon and you have your own crew, your own ship, you can set the priority to what you want people to matchmake with. You can put like, I only want people with mics. I only want people that speak English or speak a certain language. So it can ease the communication between you and the people joining your ship. So they're going to add that option to the game. Pretty soon, they said.
Good.
That's going to fix a lot of the problems, I think. The other day, I joined a galleon randomly, and it was these, like, 3 kids. They were kids, straight little kids. And they're like, oh, my God, what's happening? And I was like, what the fuck? Because I just heard them talking right before I loaded in. And I load in there, and they're in the middle of the Kraken. And they're like freaking out, like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Ah! And then I'm like, okay, calm down, guys. Like, I'm going to help you. And then I go down. They had no cannonballs left. None.
Oh, no.
None. They had 0 in their barrels. I was like, oh, fuck. Okay. And I went upstairs. They had like 2 cannons loaded. That's it. I was like, where's all the cannonballs? What the fuck? And they just didn't have any because apparently the way they were playing, they're kids. So I feel like they didn't know they had to loot the islands for stuff. Yeah. And they weren't doing that. They were just going and getting quests done, which it's a way to play the game. You could, but they were supposed to kind of loot the islands, right, for like cannonballs and planks. And their boat was empty, dude. They just had no planks. It had like 10 bananas.
Sucks.
It had like no cannonballs. They sunk so bad. I was just sitting there like, oh well, I guess I'll just sit here till we sink, because they didn't have no treasure either. So I was like, how the hell did they run into the Kraken? They had no treasure. It's like they just started the game. They just ran into him, right? So,
Kraken's just random.
And then it happened, so, yeah, I felt bad for them. They were, like, freaking out. And then they were like, well, I gotta go to bed. I was like, okay, dude. Bye, guys. They were like, all right, guys, bye. They couldn't go to bed. These little kids. And then yesterday, while I was at GameStop, there was a guy that walked in, and he was like, I'm looking for a used Xbox One. He's talking to the guy at the counter. I'm looking for a used Xbox One. You got any? And of course they have some, right? They're like, yeah, we have like a bunch of them. What do you want? And the cheapest one was like $225 or something. So like the OG Xbox One with 500 gigs or whatever. And so the dude was like, okay, I'll buy that one. And he was like, do you have a copy of Sea of Thieves? And the GameStop employee was like, yeah, we have a used copy, like, we'll sell you that one. And I was like, dude, why don't you just pay for a Game Pass? And he's like, what? I was like, it's $10 a month, and and you'll get way more games than just Sea of Thieves. The GameStop employee was pissed, dude. It was like, you motherfucker.
Hot sale.
Yeah, but you can buy Game Pass at GameStop, can't you?
I don't know.
I think you can.
Maybe, I think you could buy like a
you can buy
6-month
codes.
card
You can buy codes for games.
3-month
Straight up
card.
give you the code.
Yeah, so like I told him, just get a thing. You just get Game Pass. It's $10 a month, dude. And you're gonna have Xbox Live, obviously, because that's what you need to play the game. So just pay $10 a month, and you'll get that game plus many other games and all the games that Microsoft releases for the rest of the year. And he was like, "Wow." He was like mind blown, dude. Like he had no idea what the fuck this Game Pass. He was like, "You're telling me it's like a thing where I just have a bunch of games?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude. You can just download any game you want on their list." He was like, "What?" Because it was like for his kid or something. That's who it was for. And I was surprised that like there was a parent inside GameStop buying an Xbox One and Sea of Thieves just for their kid, because apparently their kid had asked for it or something for their birthday or some shit. And I was like, wow, that's pretty impressive. Like it means that it is gaining traction with the children.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, their friends talk to their friends and see what console they're playing on.
It's not quite Fortnite, but
It has that Minecraft style thing where it's like open world, do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, I can see it catching on with kids. I could.
Because it's just do whatever the hell you want in a big open world with no boundaries. You just sail around, make your own stories. There's no real story there. So yeah, that's that, guys. Sea of Thieves story of Sea of Thieves.
Story of the week.
That's right. Next game. Let's go on here. Ryan, what is your game?
All I've been playing this week, guys, is pretty much Far Cry 5. I played a whole bunch of it, and I don't know, man. I'm enjoying it, but I think just with what's going on with me right now and not having time to play, I'm not quite getting into it as much as I want to. I'm probably about the half, maybe a little over. Well, no, I'm guessing halfway. I'm close to finishing off, what's her name? Faith. Yeah. So I have one more notch that I have to get on her before I do that. So, yeah, I'm still enjoying the game. I'm hunting and flying. I love flying in the game. It's my favorite thing.
Is Brink smoking a pipe?
I think so, yeah.
What you got in that pipe? Right?
He's totally a hipster right now. He's there smoking.
Don't worry about it.
Smoking out of a pipe. Oh shit! Yeah, well, it's cool, Brink. You're
Lots of people smoke out of pipes.
yeah, I could tell.
I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah. Gunny, you've been playing Far Cry 5 too, man. What do you got any stories from it?
Yeah, so because I'm just like you, I haven't played much this week. Everybody's still hopefully finishing up their flu, illness, taking care of sick people / working. So, yeah, fired up Far Cry 5 today, and I just ran into Faith actually this morning. So yeah, she disappeared, and what was cool was after I think it was like a barbecue party or something type mission, and you run into this guy. He's like, "Yeah, man, we're gonna have a barbecue for the Angels, and you're invited to help me out if you want to, and you can use whatever you want." And he's got like this microphone, and like so the mission's it's cool because the mission starts out where the speakers all come on it, and it's playing that burn it, whatever that song is from the 70s or early 80s. And I was laughing because here comes those tweakers, the ones with the smoke coming off of them, the drug addicts, and they just come pouring out and just, come out to attack you. But what's cool is the way they placed all these like fuel barrels and settling tanks and everything. And I already had enough grenades and, and shit like that. So that was a cool ass mission. And so that's when then Faith showed up and said, she brought me up to that tower. Like, you just gotta have faith, man. Just have faith. So
she took you to the tower?
Yeah.
So the first time I ran into her was with CeeLo. We were playing co-op, and we actually were flying around in a helicopter, and we saw the tower, and we were like, let's go to the tower. So we flew over there.
Right?
Yeah, we landed there, and then we blew it up, and then she showed up after we blew it all up and like did that mission. She
So
showed
does it
up.
show
and I was
up
like,
in
what the
there? I mean, it has to, right? If she brings you up there.
Well, she just showed up. Like we beat that mission, and then all of a sudden it was like, "Oh, you're killing that statue or something." I was like, "What?" And then it like blinked out, and then I was talking to her, and she was walking me through a field, and it was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a weird interaction with her too, where it was like, I went in and I sniped an outpost, like I took out everyone in the outpost, and then the outpost opened up and all my people moved in, and then it came out of that cutscene, and I went walking towards the outpost, and poof, all of a sudden I was taken over by Faith, like just out of nowhere. There was no transition, and it didn't like feel right.
It
or
just
anything.
happened.
It just kind of happened out of nowhere.
Well, to me,
Like, you've been blessed. You know,
it felt pretty cool
Yes,
to me because
blessed.
I was already at the tower, so it was like kind of like a thing that just happened. You know, I was just there, and all of a sudden it was like, boom, she's throwing you off the tower. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
yeah, that was cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was really cool. And I wondered. I almost did the same thing again and just stood there. I wanted to see what happened if I didn't push A. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to see how far I could push her, but then I just gave up because I was like, nah, I don't want to do this. Fuck it. I hit the button, but I should have done it again.
I didn't see an option. Well, I don't want to spoil anything. I didn't see any options for a button, but I went ahead and just took the leap of faith on that one.
Yeah, there was like, because at the end of it, it's like push A to jump off, and you're standing there kind of looking at it. It asks you if you want to or not.
Oh, I just walked off. I thought I just walked off. But anyway, yeah. And what was cool is when I got to the bottom, and then you can grapple hook up that rock structure. And I got it halfway up, and I hear something. I look up, and it's like another person falling off of there, or jumping off to their death, of course.
Huh.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is where all the bodies are coming from. That's
Yeah, there was a pile
creepy.
of bodies when you landed.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Guys, I finished the game.
Yeah.
Jesus. Can I just say one more thing about Far Cry 5 before we move
Go
on?
ahead.
So I ended with the outpost that's the stronghold that's nearest to the south part of it. I can't remember the name of it, but I went into that one and I got spotted, so they call in reinforcements, right? And I come back and I come around the other side because all the guys are like going the other way. And I get in there and I pick up, it was like the AR something with a scope rifle, which I don't have unlocked or I didn't purchase, but I just took it off a dead body and just started fucking everybody up in that. And just shooting the alarms or whatever. Like at that point, it really didn't matter, but I just laid waste to all of them and, waiting for the last guy to come around. And by that point, they show up and they're kind of in that red silhouette and just melee kill them. And, and that's when the outpost is liberated or whatever. That is probably the best thing I loved about Far Cry 4. I think that's my favorite thing to do in these games is liberating outposts.
Yeah.
But yeah, I finished it, and yeah, I'm done with that game. I'm not going back to it. I got to a point where I got bored of it, kind of, in a way. I got kind of tired of doing the same things over and over and over, and I was like, okay, this is the point. I gotta finish this now before I don't come back to this game ever again.
I feel like all Far Cry games, for me at least, have been that way, where there's just too much shit to do, and I usually just end up being like, hey, this is cool in the beginning, and then beelining it to the end of the fucking game,
Yeah.
in the last half.
That's pretty much what I
just
did.
don't give a fuck anymore, and you're so OP that it doesn't matter,
I had a lot of the perks unlocked, a lot of them, because I did a bunch of the prepper stashes and shit around the map, so I had a ton of perks unlocked, and then I don't have all of them unlocked, but I have a lot of them unlocked, and I was just overpowering everybody, dude. I would just go in there with my bear and my fucking cougar and just kill everybody, and then just keep doing that over and over and over and over and over, and then I got to the end, and the end is pretty cool. I'll give it that. It was cool. It doesn't end like you think it's gonna end.
Yeah.
That's
I've heard that.
It ends completely differently than what you thought was going to be the ending of the game. But yeah, I didn't like the guy in the north. He was annoying because all his cutscenes were the same. Exactly the same.
You think
really?
they just kind of rushed that part out?
Have you guys done the bunkers in the north when you get captured in the north?
No, that's the one that I haven't. I'm just finishing off Faith, and then I'm gonna go up there.
Oh, dude, no. Go up there and do at least
His
one.
were lame.
They're super lame. They're like the same over and over. Like, they're all the same.
It's because you do the same shooting, the little shooting training thing. You do that like 4 times.
Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, I didn't like the North guy at all. I was like, God. I was like, good thing I was doing his missions kind of like in between the Faith ones. I was kind of mixing them back and forth because I didn't want to kill Faith. I didn't. If there was anyone that was going to convert me to that fucking cult, it was her. Because I was like, dude, I'm in. I'm in this shit. I'm in with you.
I fucking agree with you, Jesus. I'm almost done with her now, and I'm like,
Enter the bliss.
she's my favorite. Out of
I
them
was
so
like,
far.
Faith, I don't want to kill you. You're like a cool ass girl. You're just a hippie chick trying to get everybody high. I'm cool with this. Like,
You just
let's
got a
do
little
this.
brainwashed. That's all.
Yeah, like big deal. You know, she's making you feel good. You know, and like I didn't want to kill her, and then I finally got to the point where I killed her, and then I went to the north, and yeah, I did that, and then between killing her, or I'm assuming between killing like the second guy after you kill the second lieutenant or whatever, it goes into a cutscene with Joseph Seed, and he pretty much tells you some pretty fucked up shit that happened to him and kind of why he started the cult. You know what I mean? He kind of goes into like, this happened to my family and blah blah blah, like all this bullshit, and then you kind of feel bad for him, and you're like, all right, dude, I kind of get it. You know, like, yeah. But it's the ending. It's okay.
What about these side missions? Did you do a fair amount of those?
I did a lot of them.
Perks?
I did a lot of them. Yeah, I did some pretty cool ones. I did one like this guy who's a tweaker. He was like a total tweaker, drug addict guy, and he was in Fate's region, and he was like in an abandoned town, and he like took you there, and he's like, all right, I need you to do all these challenges, but like you need to get high and test out my product. So like he gets you high, and you got to run through like this like course and shoot these mannequins in this little abandoned town that he set up. And it's pretty interesting. And then at the end of that, he just teaches you how to like craft like the speed boost and like the armor boost and all those kind of boosts. He teaches you how to craft those with less items. That's it, really. That's all he does. So, I mean, that's really it, man. Like, there's nothing. And the game is the game. I mean, all the missions are kind of the same stuff over and over and over and over. And I reached the point where I was like, I don't want to do this at all. So I had to finish it. I know Brink really likes the game, and I don't know if he's done with it. But, yeah. Brink, are you there? No.
Maybe he can't hear you.
Maybe he can't hear us.
He may not be there. No, I don't see him.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Anyways.
Yes. So
that's Far Cry.
Yeah, I look forward to playing a lot more of this. Yeah, I love liberating outposts. Whether it's going in stealth and just like take them out silently or just go guns a-blazing. Fun.
It doesn't really matter, because I think at the end of the day, like, the stealth is broken in the game where you go into an area, you kill somebody with your silenced gun, and it's like everybody just turns around and notice where you were. Like, they just automatically turn around. Like, there was a lot of outposts that I did where I would go in, like, park my helicopter about a mile away, pull out my big sniper rifle, zoom in, shoot people. But it's like I would shoot a guy that was completely by himself, off away from everybody else, and all of a sudden all the people, and they would just turn and be like, what happened over there? What's going on? And then they would all walk towards me.
I sense something.
Yeah. They randomly search exactly where you're hiding.
Yes.
Coincidentally. Every time.
I hate that. I was like, what's the point of me even buying a silencer for this fucking gun?
Yeah, man.
When you're going to just spot me.
You know what, though? I think that they fixed that, because today when I was playing, I felt like I was sniping people off easy. I took a whole outpost out with my sniper rifle, and I was like, okay, no one noticed me this time. Before I would try and do that, and they would be like, he's over there. And it's like, what the fuck?
Go search over there.
Start walking towards you like, I'm gonna go search this bush randomly on this mountainside because I think he's there, you know? Or like I would snipe like somebody and their sniper would pop up and he'd be like pointing right at me and like conveniently hiding behind a rock that I couldn't hit him at. You know what I mean? I was like, what the fuck? That pissed me off for a bit. So yeah, I don't know. Brink, are you done with the game?
No, I'm not done with it. I did the guy on the left first.
Yeah.
And then I did Faith, and now I'm in the top area, and I've got it to like there's 3 bars, and then you can do the final mission. Mm-hmm. And I've done the 3 bars, so I'm just doing side missions and stuff right now.
Yeah, I don't really like that at all. Like,
so here's the thing, man. Is before I was doing side missions because I wanted to get money so I could unlock guns. But now I have everything I could want. I'm out of... So right now I have like 60 grand saved up. I have like 30 perk points and a whole bunch of silver, and I have nothing to use it on. So I feel like there's no point to do any of the side missions now.
Yeah.
That's a minor complaint. Like, I'm not bitching about the game. I do love the game. I think it's by far the best Far Cry, and I've had a friggin' blast playing it.
And again, it's a fucking beautiful game, right?
Oh, dude, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
I feel so
really
immersed in this game when I play it. Just the atmosphere and it's like being out in the wilderness. It blows my mind.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. I mean, there was a lot of points in the game where I would just be in the forest and it'd be like, dude, this is like a real forest almost. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're just
real life.
Is this real? You know, like.
But then the immersion is just completely broken when you go to take over a base, and then the AI is just dumb. And then your dog will be wandering around sniffing people's asses, and they don't even care. But then the next time, they're like, "Oh, dog!" And then they all come running right at where you're hiding. It's like, have some consistency, you know?
Oh, the thing I hated the most in the beginning of the game was the fucking airplanes, dude. Those things are ruthless.
Oh,
yeah. I had one crash on me today. Like, it glitched out, and then he basically like just tried doing some acrobatic stuff, and
he crashed.
I was at like the gas station or whatever, and he comes out, and then his body's like hanging halfway out of the plane. I go to run up because I just want to go melee him like while he's in the plane, like try and leave up there, and his plane blows up and flings me back like 50 feet. So yeah, it was a bit of a kind of a bug.
I had a weird bug with planes too, where I was on top of a roof and I had one of the mounted guns. So I was shooting the plane down, and it blew up and started to crash. It crashed into the building and went through the roof right in front of me. Like, the roof didn't break or anything. The plane just went through the roof and then crashed inside the building.
Damn.
I was like, what the hell just happened?
I know Brink has put some up on the Horrible Gamers group on podcast where it shows you going underneath the map.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I just went to parachute and land on the top of a roof, and I went straight through the roof, straight through the floor, and just...
Yeah, I remember seeing that. Oh, did we lose him again?
I don't know.
No, I'm here. It's just shitty.
Yeah. But let's move on, guys, from Far Cry 5. I finished it. I won't be going back to it.
No DLC?
I don't think I will want to play the DLC, man. The DLC...
But Mars, dude. Mars.
I feel like it's going to be like the DLC in Wolfenstein 2. And that DLC is kind of not that good.
Yeah. Oh, Brink, what about the arcade? Have you played the multiplayer?
I've not. I've not played any arcade yet. I wanted to finish the story first.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah.
Have you?
I tried a little bit. I tried a little bit of arcade, but it didn't pull me in. Like, I just wanted to play the campaign, so I just kept going back to that. I mean, it's cool that there's like all these weird created levels that you can try and figure out the challenge or whatever in, but some of them are like, It's just stupid. Like I went into this one where it was the map was like laid out, but then there was like everything was cut out so you could fall off really easy, and it wasn't fucking it wasn't like user friendly. Like you were weirdly jumping up fucking things to get to the next area, or you know what I mean? And it was like you might not even think that was the way to go, but that's the way you have to go, and it's like weird.
That's why.
It reminds me of Halo Forge.
Yes, and they had something like this back in Far Cry 4, where it was challenge maps, but I don't think it was any kind of PvP.
One thing that I do like about the maps is how they just completely copy Call of Duty maps. There's Nuketown, there's Shipment. There's a bunch of Call of Duty maps on there that are just classic maps that you could just play in them.
And the shooting is not the same. I've watched the streams, and I'm like, is that Call it? No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's
Far
Cry 5. Weird.
It's not the 60 frames a second smooth Call of Duty shooting.
Yeah, you could tell right off the bat. It's not.
But yeah, that's it, man. Far Cry 5. I really like Faith. She was the coolest bad guy out of all of them. I liked her more than the main bad guy. More than any of the bad guys, she was they should have made her like the main bad person. She was so cool.
I think before I kill her, I'm gonna go do the North now.
Do it.
And then just save her for the end.
Yeah.
She reminds me of my ex-girlfriend. It's crazy as shit.
Kill her at the end.
And when you're killing her, when you're killing her at the end of her thing, she kind of is explaining to you why she is how she is and why she's helping Joseph and the things that are going on, in her life. And you really you're like, this is pretty fucked up, dude, but I still have to kill you. Sorry. But yeah. Anyways, guys, let's move on here to Gunny Chief. What games do you have on your list, Gunny? Talk to me.
I have Dishonored, Death of the Outsider. This is what is this, a side story?
Standalone DLC thing?
Yeah, standalone for Dishonored 2.
It's the black chick, right, who's the captain of the ship.
Yes, with the one eye. And the other eye, she's got like this weird, like I don't know, like a red ruby thing in there that she's, as a replacement for one of her eyes. But the story is excellent. The graphics are good. It's not like a 4K 60 frames HDR game.
Really?
On the Xbox, at least. Yeah, I was kind of surprised.
Doesn't even have any of that? What the fuck? That's weird.
Right? I think, if anything, they're probably going to... I would assume that Ubisoft, probably their next thing is going to be... rumors have said it's going to be Primal. What is that game?
Well, Dishonored is made by Bethesda, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm thinking of a different game that they're going to do first. But, it's not. But it looks fine, and the graphics are fine.
The graphics it's that art style, like the cartoony, cel shaded fucking art style. It doesn't really matter, right?
Right. Yeah, it's fine. But I had the same problem with combat as I did in Dishonored 2. And I'm playing on easy. Okay, I chose easy.
Oh, fucking baby mode.
Fucking baby mode. It's still
now, this again, you have to go back. Like,
you need to play Wolfenstein.
What about Doom? I need to finish Doom. I'm playing that on regular, so now that's been upgraded to 4K.
Okay.
But back to just Death of the Outsider. Story's great. You pick up a lot of lore. There's a lot of clues. I just can't get into that combat at all. And you do have you've got one of the things you early on in chapter 2, because chapter 1's really short, is the blink that they call it something else. That's what you're doing. You're blinking. And you have a few other abilities as well where you can impersonate another human being. Or the other one is inspect the area while just being where you're at to look for clues. So it's almost like that Batman X-ray vision type thing where you can mark items by moving around the room where you're at. But yeah, the stealth is just, I cannot get into the stealth at all. It just seems like everywhere I go and Like somebody spots me, right? And then, okay, I'll take them all out. And then it's like I'll find like where there's a window. I'm like, well, crap. Like if I would have came through the window the first time, if I would have known about it. But that's the whole thing. I think I can just probably go back to a different checkpoint or restart it to try and, figure out. I don't want to be 100% stealth, but I don't have to kill everybody because I just think I have to go through the front door each time. And somebody's constantly guarding it.
The thing about that game, dude, is even the first game in Dishonored, you know how like the game has consequences. Even in the second one, it does. Where like the more you kill people, like the shittier the city looks. There's more rats and just fucked up things going on in the city. The more you kill people. In the beginning, I was trying to be stealthy. I was trying to be cool. But like a quarter of the way through the game, I was like, it's so much cooler to slice people's throats open and like come up behind them and stab them in the neck and like all the crazy bad shit you could do in that game is cool. So I just went that route.
Yeah, and that's what I've been doing with this one, and I'm not having fun with it at all. I'll come down to where the kitchen is, and there'll be a civilian, whether they're the cook or the dishwasher or the maid, and then they just start screaming. If you keep looking at me, I'm going to go call a guard. And they just start screaming and run around like their hair's on fire.
Stab them.
And yeah. But it's like, I don't want to have to kill them, but I end up doing it.
Do it. Fuck them. They're in your way.
The other thing, too, is the way this game is set up. It's not like an open world game, but you have to, like even in the first game, I think it was the first section, I never found the store, the black market. Like, where the hell is it? Like, don't make me have to go YouTube it.
Oh, it's a lot of exploring in the game you got to do, man. And all those little areas, every map is like an exploration type thing.
It's like I have to go watch tutorial videos on it first to figure out where everything is. Or like, I guess I could just kill everybody and then just go there. So, but it's like, I don't want to have to do that. Well, like, let me get around some of the people.
What's cool about that game is that when you think you're not going the right way, all of a sudden you find out that that's a way you can go. That's what I like about Dishonored. Like, you can be completely going like the opposite direction of the objective, and all of a sudden you're in the sewer underneath everything, and you're like, oh fuck, this is a secret way to get there, and then you just stealthily get there because you go through the sewer, or you go through the rooftops, or you go through the air vents, or you go through an apartment that's like some random person's apartment, and then you're reading like the lore behind them, and then you find out like some secret site thing like of the story, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? And then you'll find out like a safe all of a sudden, and you open the safe. Like, that's the cool thing about that game. You just can explore and find random things in the maps that they throw in there, and that's really cool.
Yeah. So I'm not enjoying it. I don't think I'll go back to it because I think it was on sale on Xbox for, what was it, $15 or whatever. I thought, yeah, hell, I'll pick this up. I think it was like originally 30 when it came out.
I want to play it now. I want to finish Dishonored 2. I haven't finished that game.
Yeah, I thought I would like this one. Again, the story is very good. You pick up a lot of lore, and there's different pages you can pick up that'll lead to clues, and the writing is stellar in this game.
Guys, you'll never believe this, but I've never played a Dishonored game.
Really? You never played the first one?
Wow.
It's really cool, man.
I think I have 2 on there.
So let me give you like the quick version of the story. You're Corvo. In the first game,
I know.
You're the protector of the princess or the queen. Someone kills the queen, you got to go find them and find the princess. In the second game, the princess and you, both of you get frozen in time. And like this crazy ass lady goes in there and kills her. So you got to fucking kill the crazy lady who went in there and froze everybody. And you can play as Elizabeth in the second game.
Would you say the second game is a good place to start, or should I play the first game?
You should play the first one.
It teaches you a lot. Go watch a recap on YouTube or somewhere.
See, I don't think I want to go all the way back to the first one.
Well, play the
remastered.
Remastered, yeah.
No, but even
What?
I don't know.
The game is good. The first game is really good.
Yeah.
Screw it. It's too late, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Don't even worry about it. You reached the point where there's no return now, Ryan.
It never piqued
that ship's dead.
My interest. Like I'd heard that it's a great game and people loved it and whatnot, but it wasn't like, I'm not really into those kind of games, sort of. But I kind of am. It's weird. Like, I love a single player experience. I'm not big on stealth like that. You know what I mean?
Well,
yeah, And I don't like this. Yeah, I just don't care for the stealth.
I
think
really
that's my
like
thing.
it. I see the thing. The first game when I bought it, it was on a whim, dude. I was literally in a GameStop, and like one of the fucking employees was like pushing pre-orders, and he was like, "Dude, have you heard of this new Bethesda game?" I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about, man? I don't know what the fuck this is." He's like, "It's supposed to be really cool, like all this stealth and crazy shit." I'm like, I guess I'll pre-order it, and I fucking bought it. And then like I went home. And I think, no, it had just came out. And the reason he was like trying to sell it to me is because the only reason I bought it was because he gave me a bunch of shit with it, like posters and like this deck of cards from the game and all this shit. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I guess I'll buy it. And I bought it and I went home, I played that thing. I was like, wow, this is good. It's real good. And I love the story, dude. I love Corvo.
The story's fine, but for me, opposite of what Gunny was saying is the combat is what sells the game for me. I love the combat, the different combinations of abilities you can do. I just feel like a badass when I play it.
You take over
around, assassinating people.
Dude, take over so a rat, go through the pipes to get into the building.
Yeah.
Like I said, the game has a million ways you can play. You get into a map, you think there's the straight way to go through the map. It's like go down the street, start killing the guards, and get through there. Or I can climb up this building with my blink, and all of a sudden be in an apartment, do a completely side mission, like a whole side mission over here, and then go do my main objective. That's how the game turns out all the time, pretty much. And the second one, they got way more crazier with that stuff. And there's a really cool mission. If there's one mission you should play on the second game, it should be is it called the Time Stopper guy or the Clock guy? Like he has a mansion.
Clockwork Mansion.
Yeah. Where in the mansion, as you're in there,
Heard about that.
you'll pull a lever and all the room will completely change it to a different room, and like it's like a crazy mansion where like the staircases move, the doors move, like the floor will drop out underneath you, and like you fall into another room, and now you're in a completely different fucking room. It's fucking crazy ass level, dude. But yeah,
that and the level with the mirror where you can see into a different timeline.
Yeah,
both of those, just so creative.
Super creative. But yeah, Dishonored, guys.
Hey, yeah.
Yes.
What were you gonna say?
Go on. No, you just reminded me of something, but I think that you're gonna. No, it's not even on your list. Didn't you play HellBlade? Jesus.
Oh yes. Fuck. How is it not on my list?
Yeah, I was wondering because I thought you'd played it. I'm like, that's a new release. You should probably
Send
talk
out.
about that.
But yeah, let's move on now to Brink. Brink, what's the game that you've played, man? Besides Far Cry.
That's kind of it, man. I mean, I finished a few weeks ago. I finally finished Shadow of War. I played that game for like 3 months, and I loved it.
You know what's crazy? You finished it, and I started it way before you, and I'm not even like a quarter of the way through it. I haven't even got like past the first like. You know how you leave the castle and you go to that first orc area and you start killing the orcs and shit in there.
Yeah,
I haven't got past that. I'm not even into like the building the army part.
Shadow of War is a game that gets consistently better the deeper you get into it. Like you start unlocking new abilities, and it becomes more and more fun and addictive, as opposed to having a hook at the beginning and then kind of loses you after a while. So I don't know. I took my time playing it, and I loved it, man. It was a killer game.
Is that the
and then
top down?
After that,
The top-down stealth?
no, and well, no, it's like a third person behind the player camera.
Okay.
But yeah, you start building armies and making orcs your bitches, and
Oh, yes. Okay.
it's pretty cool.
Yes.
The coolest thing of that game is the Nemesis system. How the guys remember your moves and shit, or like they remember if they killed you. And then all of a sudden they're like, "You're back. I thought I whipped your ass last time. What the fuck are you doing back here?" You know, they're just talking shit
I
about
get
you.
so pissed. They're like, you talking shit, motherfucker? Oh, it's on. It's on.
The funniest thing, like I said,
hell upon them.
like I said before, the funniest thing that happened to me was one time I was climbing this ladder. I go and like, you know, like, because every captain has like their intro fucking scene. Like, I have the intro scene of one guy, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you," you know, and I'm like, "Okay," and I start fighting him. Then all of a sudden, it's like the thing stops, and like another one showed up, and he's like, I'm back, and like his head is cut off because I cut his head off last time, and he like got it sewed back on or something. He's like, I'm back, and now I'm better, and I'm gonna kill you. And then like another one showed up. He's like, I'm here to get you too. And then like another one, like I had like 5 dudes show up in a row, dude. I was like, oh fuck.
Oh, that's when you just run like
Yeah,
hell.
and I did. I had to run.
Hell no.
This is the game. This is the game they recently took the microtransactions out of.
Yes.
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 Yeah, I was thinking of Shadow Warrior. Yeah.
And that interests me in going back to it, actually, the microtransactions.
That game was really well acted, and it was believable. Like, the acting was fantastic for all the orcs, and like their introductions were super realistic, and I was into it.
The British
And they have
orcs.
some, I like the goofy ones. Like some of them,
Yeah.
they'll just laugh. Like
Yeah.
they won't say anything. They'll just laugh maniacally, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, cool game.
Yeah. But yeah, after that, I started Far Cry. I've just been playing Far Cry, man. I want to finish it so I can move on. I love it, but I'm kind of over it at this point. I just want it to end.
I feel the
Play
same
something
way
else.
right now.
That's
with
how
it.
I felt. That's what I'm telling you, man. I had it like at the end there. I was like, I need to finish this right now before I get too tired of this shit and never finish it.
Yeah.
I'm starting to understand the people that were giving it lower review scores now. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get it because they got to this point already where they were just like, fuck, just get it over with. And they had to push through it. They had no choice because they got to finish the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, you start seeing his true colors after a while. Once the shininess wears off.
but again, I feel like all the Far Cry games have that, you know, there's so much shit to do. So you
But-
have, you know,
What I liked
Yep.
The
about
testy festy though. Come on.
yeah,
yeah, there's great missions in there that made me laugh, and you know, and usually they have those, you know. It kind of reminds me of Saints Row a little bit, where there was always like it was kind of serious, but had that goofy side, you know. Yeah.
Far Cry 3 though, it had a pretty linear story. Like the story was well done in Far Cry 3, dude. That Voss dude was a fucking psychopath.
Oh, yeah.
And I liked how in Far Cry 3 your character, you actually got to see him outside of the first person view. You got to see him with his friends and hanging out and taking selfies, and he had a voice in the game. I felt like they really missed out on an opportunity to give Rookie a voice. Because he has no voice. He's just like a silent protagonist, and you're like,
Yes.
what the fuck, dude? Like,
Yeah.
because I hear the banter when I would like, sometimes I would fly with Grace and like the dude with the flamethrower, and she would be like, "You're the guy who tried to hit on my friend back in high school, huh? And she rejected you." And he was like, "Yeah, but I don't like to talk about that." You know, like they just talk shit to each other. You know, like the characters in the game. And I'm like, it'd be nice to like have your character kind of like throw something in there. You know, like just say something dumb too in the middle of that conversation. That would have been cool,
But speaking of those little banter points, sometimes those come up at the worst fucking moments. Like,
yeah.
the banter comes in like right over top of like John C. saying something to you, or like, you know, things mix in all like it's really weirdly put together sometimes. And it might just be you hit the trigger point at a weird time or whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like there should be something there saying, no, if this, then stop that dialogue. You know what I mean? Like,
Because sometimes they're talking, before you actually, press the
yeah,
interaction.
trigger something. Yeah.
What I didn't like was the radios when like they would talk to you on the radio. Like if you finished a mission and all of a sudden like the sheriff would be like, "Good work, Rook. You did a good job there. You know, now you should go and do this." But then like somebody else was talking. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Someone just random in the area
Yeah, I'm
standing
like,
around starts
What the
talking
fuck?
to
I can't
you.
hear
Yeah.
this.
You know what I think would really set that game off? Maybe if they had like a customizable weapon system, like sort of like Fallout, where you could sort of build a weapon from scratch and like get different parts and pieces and just create your own things. Like I feel like that could have really
Yeah.
benefited that game. And maybe
Something
the
just go in
mission
there
where
and
About
shit
Wildlands,
with, yeah.
something.
yeah, just get really creative with it. And the guy who you collect the Vietnam lighters for, which that was the tipping point for me. I spent like 3 hours going around the map collecting these Vietnam lighters for this dude, and he's like, "I'm gonna give you the dopest shit for doing this." And then I do it, and I turn it in, and he's like, "All right, go into my shelter and pick your prize." And I go in there, and all that's in there is ammo. There was nothing in there. There was no reward at all.
That's
And
cool for a Vietnam guy.
if they could have thrown like a dope custom weapon in there or just something that made me be like, yes, totally worth it. Like, this is so rad.
Yeah, you feel like you did all this shit, right? Got nothing for it, you know?
Yeah, and maybe you could customize vehicles, that you customize your airplane, put some decals on it, like choose what guns you want mounted on it. Like, just little things like that I think would go a long way with that game.
Yeah. Once I unlocked the last helicopter, because I had like 10 grand, so I just bought like the most expensive helicopter. I didn't see the need to buy all the other ones. I was like, this one has everything I need. It has guns, it has missiles, it has flares. What the fuck else do I need?
I have a helicopter unlocked, the green one. I don't know, I don't know how I got it. It was just like, it's got everything on it. Why do I want to fucking buy any other? You
don't need anything else.
I'm just gonna use this one. So I've never bought anything.
I had the 2-seater one for a while.
Because they're all the same, dude. They're all exactly the same.
In the store.
Yeah.
Different paint jobs. That's it.
Yeah,
they all fly the same. They all feel the same. They all have the same weapons. That's what I'm saying. I have all this money and nothing to use it on.
All the vehicles, I won't purchase anything because I guess whatever pack I got with Gunny downloaded it gave me enough shit that I didn't really need to buy anything else.
Yeah, it had some custom skins.
They need to put shitloads of just wild, crazy weapons in there. Like Saints Row, like you were talking about. They need to just put like, I want to hit people with dildos and shit. You know, just put all kinds of weird, put lightsabers in there. Just put all kinds of crazy stuff. Why not? The game is silly. It's obviously, not meant to be hyper realistic. Just go crazy with it. Run with
what's crazy? How the game is really silly all the time. Like at certain side missions, there's side missions, like I said, that were just fucking dumb. Like the movie mission where they're making fun of Far Cry and they're making fun of Ubisoft.
Oh yeah.
I was laughing the whole time I was playing these missions, but then you get to the cutscenes and the shit's real serious.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, this is a big change from the shit you just had me doing a minute ago. Now I'm in a bunker and you're talking to me about some serious shit, and I'm like, I don't feel like they did a good job with the story there that way. You know what I mean?
Feel like I do agree with some of the people I've heard on other podcasts, other journalists, where they've talked about this game doesn't know what it wants to be.
It doesn't, because during the cutscenes, the shit is real serious. Like they're like, you know what I'm gonna do to you? I'm gonna brainwash you and I'm gonna make you kill everybody. And you're like, oh fuck, dude, like this is pretty dark. And then that shit's over and you're back to fucking shooting turkeys.
And then you're at the testy festy.
Yeah.
Collecting testicles.
Man, when you let that cow out and that music starts playing,
I was laughing, dude. I lost it. I was dying.
Sexual healing.
Man, I was playing with my buddy Orange Pigeon during that part. I joined his game. He opens the gate to let the cows out and then accidentally throws a Molotov down, and the entire field just goes up in flames, and the music's playing. All the cows are burning to death. It's a beautiful moment.
Yeah, it sounds like they should have kept it that way. They'll always.
We're having steak tonight.
Exactly.
But guys, I want to talk about another game that I played this week. I have a few more on my list, but I want to talk about the release of this week. A big release for Xbox was HellBlade: Senua's Sacrifice. I haven't beat it, but I played through quite a bit of it. I would say I'm through the beginning part of the game at this point. It is fucking cool, dude. The problem with that game, I didn't know you could run. I was walking everywhere. I was walking.
Yeah, there's sections.
And I was like, why can't she run?
So fucking long.
No. See, I got to the entire first part of the game without even knowing I could run. Yeah. I'm not even kidding. The whole time I was playing, I was thinking to myself, well, maybe this is a design choice because they want you to take in the environment. But I was like, it's kind of weird how she can't run. She just can't run. She could jump, she could do all this other shit, but she can't run. And I was like, why can't she run? And then all of a sudden I hit RB or something, and it's or LB, and it's she was running. I was like, fucking
Roadie run.
I was like, you're fucking kidding me. I was like, she could run this whole time, but they mapped it to the LB button, where for running, you're used to clicking in the stick or pressing A. or maybe holding the trigger, like in Assassin's Creed, you hold the back trigger, the left trigger. I was like, maybe it's one of those. No, it was fucking LB. I'm like,
And they don't tell you either.
yeah,
Can you not
it
pause
doesn't.
the game and look at the controller layout,
Yes,
man?
you can. Yes, you
That's
can.
what I do
You
with
can,
every game. As
but
soon as the game starts,
wasn't.
I pause it, look at the
No,
controller
dude,
layout.
fuck that. I'm playing the game. I'm in the immersion, man.
That's some newbie.
Yeah.
Don't even
No,
know you
but
can run.
I mean, I usually, you know what? I don't usually look, but if I'm all of a sudden confused about something, that's what I do. You know what I mean?
I
I'll be
wasn't
like,
confused,
hey,
though.
go look in the.
Jesus is like,
Yeah, but
I
you-
can't run.
I
were
just-
confused.
I just thought I couldn't. No, because I didn't think you could run, so I wasn't confused.
Yeah,
I just
yeah, no, I
assumed.
get it. I get it.
I just assumed you couldn't run. I was
You know
like,
what?
You just can't run.
Jesus, I played this game on PC, but when I played it, I played through most of the game without you know the little charge you build up? Or have you even gotten that yet?
No.
Anyways, you get this charge build up as you're doing stuff, as you're fighting, doing the combat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when it
Yes.
charges all the way up, you can do like this power thing. And I played through probably half the game without even knowing that I could use that.
Oh shit.
And I started thinking, why the hell
It's so hard.
am I having so much trouble with this combat?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be really easy. And then I watched a video and I was like, what the fuck did he just do there? And I was like, oh, I can do that? Oh, sweet. Now I could just plow
Yeah.
through this game. You know what I mean?
I think when they made this, I don't think they made it with the intention that it was going to be ported to consoles, because I did play on a controller as well, and I know what you're talking about.
it came out on
It's not
PS4.
your classic console game where it's like the A button is blinking, right? It's like blinking down at the bottom of the screen. You're like, oh, I should press that, like most games, right, on the console.
Well, because it doesn't. It's trying to immerse you.
Oh, it's super immersive. Like I said, I was
Yeah.
totally into it, man. I was like, I can't run. Okay, I'm just going to walk through the whole fucking thing. And I did. I walked through like the entire first map. The second map, I walked through it.
Oh, did you do all those mirror puzzles?
Don't.
The ones where you have to look through the fucking thing to...
What are you talking about? No, fuck, why are you spoiling this for me, man? No, see, I've done the ones where like you can like you look at the stones, you hold the right trigger to zoom in. The guy's just like the northern men say that over here the god of fucking war did this and this, and it's like some dude telling you the story. So I've done those, and I've done the ones where you go to a gate and like you zoom into the gate, and the gate's like right now I'm in the Fire Kingdom. Where like I have to kill the guy who created fire, the god of fire, some fire
Okay,
shit.
so
You have to run. Yep.
you could have picked those in any of those.
Yeah, any
three
order,
in any
yeah.
order you wanted.
So I picked the right
but
one.
there's one where you're looking through the gates.
No,
you know
see,
what
I'm
one
not-
that is?
No, I'm just in the Fire Kingdom right now.
Okay, so you probably haven't done that one yet.
So
I
I
mean,
went.
that was the one you got confused in, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was totally confusing.
Yeah, so I went to the right, and I'm in the Fire Kingdom. I'm fighting the shadow people. Fucking, it's like, and the one thing that I gotta say they did super cool with this game is the fucking sound. It's crazy as hell. You're wearing headphones, and like, it opens up, and you don't know what to expect of this game. And I like that. I like how when you get in there, you're like, oh fuck, it's this. Okay, you know, like, and you got all the voices like in here, like whispering. Like there was a section where I was walking through there, and like everything lit on fire. The entire shit's like, and you have to run through the fire to get to the exit or whatever. And like the people in your head are like, she's not gonna make it. She's not gonna make it. She's fucking scared. You know, she's scared. No, you can make it. You can make it. Just go that way. No, turn around. And like, you got motherfuckers in your ear telling you to turn around, go right, go left. Yeah, and it's like one of them's telling you, oh, she's scared. Look, she's scared.
They're laughing that
Yeah,
laugh.
and then the creepy ass laugh is like all of a sudden you hear like a cackle on one side, and then like you got one voice is supporting you, and like the other 10 voices are like telling you you're gonna fail some way. So it's really really weird.
Make it.
Yeah, but there's always that one voice in there that I always notice, that one voice that's like, no, you're doing it right. You could do it. Go that way. You got this.
And it's very random. Every once in a while, they'll come in and just encourage you a little more. You know what I mean? And it's like you have all that negativity like coming down on you, but there's always that one ray of positivity that you want to go towards.
And
right?
you know,
like that's what the whole game's about. It's fucking awesome.
Being immersed in this game, when the game opens up, it tells you like this game is developed to. It was developed in like with psychologists to simulate having schizophrenia. It really, like it says, we hired psychologists to talk to them, to ask them, how the fuck do people that have schizophrenia, what do they feel like? What do they hear? What do they see? And they see shit, they hear shit. And it's like, I'm playing this game, I feel for people that have that, dude. I was like, holy shit, it would be terrible to have schizophrenia, dude. Like, I cannot imagine the people that live with that shit, dude. That is crazy.
When I finished the game, Jesus, I had to take my headphones off, put everything down, and I just walked away from it like it was a weight off my shoulders, man. It was like wow, that was. I played it in like 2 large chunks. I just played right through 2 or 3 large chunks, I remember, and the experience was fucking amazing. I went out to Kathy and I said, I think this is the first game since Final Fantasy VII that's ever come this close to making me cry. Like, just to making me like.
It makes you feel like. There's moments in the game where I can't handle it. I really can't. Because like there's area that I'm in. There's the Fire Kingdom, right? There's a lot of fire everywhere. Everything's on fire. Things catch on fire. You make things catch on fire. You're fighting fire people, and there's moments where everything's on fire, and you see these people that are ash, and you can walk to them, and they crumble, and like you got all these voices in your fucking head, and you're just like, this is confusing. Like, where do I go? What do I do? And it's frustrating. It fucking is. Because I'm like, what the fuck?
And you don't know. That's the thing. There's no real pointing. There's no marker saying, "Hey, it's over here." Yeah, it's like, no, you got to figure it out. You just have to fucking figure it out.
That's cool. That's cool.
And it makes you think.
Yeah.
That's part of what makes that game so great. There's a whole confusion, and it's putting you in the immersion of the game, and the sound and everything just makes it like an amazing experience.
It's fucking
What
cool.
is it about?
Like I said, it's about, well, okay, you're this girl named Senua, and you're trying to get a skull, like a head or a skull, right, of somebody, to like this fucking place where like they lay the dead, where you have to take the skull to this place to put their soul at peace. And that's the whole point of the game. You have to get there, I think. Right, Ryan? Am I right?
I think so, man.
Because she has like this. She has like this skull that she has tied on her waist, and like when I got to that first checkpoint where it tells you like if the game will delete itself if you die so many times or whatever, like she holds up this skull, and she's looking at it, and the guy who's telling the story is like, they say the dead don't ever rest until their skull or their soul is set free in this area. You must cross the bridge to get there. But to cross the bridge, you have to go to these other areas and complete this other shit before the door to the bridge opens. So, like, the whole point of the game is you're, like, in the fucking ancient times trying to get, like, the skull to, like, this place that sets the souls free.
Is it Norris? It's Norris times, isn't it?
Norris.
It's Norse, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, to me, it sounds like a Norse Dante's Inferno.
I mean, kind of.
Not that actiony.
Yeah, not as action oriented. And it's very puzzle and messing with your head kind of thing.
Just experience, immersion.
It's a walking simulator, but with a little more to it than just a regular walking simulator, right? Like, it's trying to tell a story, and it's trying to it kind of moves things along, but it's still going to make you go in and go like, okay, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And you kind of have to wander around, and then you'll start piecing things together, and you'll be like, okay, I get it. Now I got to go here, or I have to match this up with that, or I have to, look through this specific thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And the narrator, who is from, I think he was like an actor or somebody from Game of Thrones, and that's really good too.
The guy who's telling the story when you go up to the rocks and highlight them or whatever.
Yeah, and he talks more as the game goes on.
Yeah, he's the guy who's telling like the main story, right? He's like the guy who's like, in the north, they say that this god lives there, blah, blah, blah. The Northmen say this, and like, it's super cool. I like that dude's voice. I could definitely tell if he's from Game of Thrones, totally matches the fucking game. Totally matches the fucking game, because it fits right in. But yeah, there's a lot of cool sections. The voices in your head get crazy. and you pick up voices as the game goes on, I think, because I picked up this voice of this guy who's like, "You're going to hell. Enjoy it." And you're like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "You must look at hell and enjoy hell to know what it's really like to be able to like combat it or some shit." I'm like, "What the fuck? That makes no sense." You know, and he's like, "You must experience evil to be able to defeat it." But it does,
doesn't it?
Yeah, and you're like, well, I guess, yeah, you have a point. I must see how evil things are to be able to not want to be evil. I guess you got a point. I don't know. It's really weird. But yeah, it was a really cool section yesterday where I got to this bridge that was blocked off. And as I was crossing the bridge, they're like, "She doesn't realize she's going the wrong way." And I was just going across the bridge like, "Oh, yeah, I'm going this way." And they're like, "Oh, look. She's too dumb to realize that it's blocked. Look, it's blocked. She's not going to get anywhere. Look at her. She doesn't know where she's going. She doesn't know what she's doing." And they're just making fun of you. And I was like, fuck you guys. You know what I mean? Like, you assholes are making fun of me.
That's when that one, when you just as you're about to go, "Fuck you guys," that's when that one voice pops up and says, "No, it is over there. Look, you can make it."
Yeah, or some dumb shit. Yeah. It's a really cool game. The voices are awesome. You know, because you hear them all around you, in front of you, around you. And there's been times in the game where I'm playing it, and there'll be a voice to like the right of me, and I'll turn the character to the right. Because it's just a natural instinct to want to see who's talking to you.
Yeah.
And I do it. I just like, I'm going to turn to the right real quick, and it's like, nobody's there. It's just in my fucking head. I got to get that in my head, that it's in my head. I'm just imagining this shit or something. It's not there. But they do a really good job of it.
That's the most amazing part about this game was the way that they did those voices, because they come at you from the front, they come at you from the back, they come at you from the side, they'll come at you from two directions at the same time,
from a bunch of directions. Shit. Yeah,
you know what
just
I mean?
everywhere.
Like, it's really fucking cool.
You got to experience it. But
does that game have Dolby Atmos support?
It doesn't need it. It's automatically.
Yeah,
like
I don't think
that.
it even needs it because the game says that it was recorded with 3D.
It was
audio.
3D spatial audio.
Yeah, it says, and it tells you in the beginning when you turn it on, like it says, you know, if you have any mental problems or any kind of mental health issues, we don't suggest you play the game, and it's meant to simulate schizophrenia.
I'm out.
No, but it says that like if you start feeling uncomfortable during playing the game, to just turn it off. You know, it tells you right there, like, you may feel uncomfortable playing this game, and it's normal to feel uncomfortable, but if you feel too uncomfortable, turn it off, you know, and seek medical help or some shit. And then it says to wear headphones when you're playing the game. It'll tell you right there, like, please put on headphones to enjoy the best experience of the game.
Yeah, I recommend, if you do not have headphones or at least a surround sound system, I like you need that for this game.
Yeah.
It's a really important part of being immersed in it, right?
And
so like, I just use the shitty player.
You just
got to
plug in, plug in like headphones.
Plug in a pair of headphones to your controller and do it that way. It's fucking amazing. You'll love it. It's really, really cool.
Yeah. But HellBlade guys, and it looks really nice. There's a bunch of settings for the Xbox One X, which is what I'm playing it on. There's the favorite resolution setting. There's the high performance setting or frame rate. And there's another setting that's like high visuals. And I think the game by default is on high visuals, and I haven't changed it because I don't feel like I need to. It looks pretty as fuck. It looks
good.
Runs
really well.
Yeah, it looks good.
I mean, I only ran it in 1080 on my PC, but it was fucking smooth as butter. Just smooth as butter.
And the intro was really well done. It does a good job of like introducing the voices to your head. The beginning intro where she's just rowing the boat through the canyon or whatever. Mm-hmm. And like you got the credits of like the people who made the game on the side of the canyons, and their voices are in your head, and it's like, oh look, she realizes the voices are in her head. And there's like, you got the one chick voice who's like, this is her story and this is what's gonna happen. And then like you got the guy telling you like about the lore of the game. It's a lot of voices in the game. But it's cool. You'll like it, Brink. I think you will.
Yeah, you should check it out.
Man. Sounds awesome, man.
It's a great experience, you know, and it was like it's what, $30?
Yeah.
And probably about 6 to 8 hours.
Right now is actually $26 for the first week. They said that they would lower the price by like 10% or something to.
And on top of that, money goes towards a charity I can't remember which one it is, but I know the money when you purchase this game, it goes towards a charity
For mental health research, right?
for mental health research. Yes.
Yeah. So I like that. I bought it, and Brink, you have it. We game share, so get it. And guys, if you haven't bought it, go and buy it, man. It's like $26 and 8 hours. I mean, think about all the times you spend $26 on shit that lasts less than 8 hours.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah,
check
it's
it
definitely well worth it.
I have to I will say that the combat in the game isn't great. Like, it's all right, but it's not gonna like challenge you or anything.
I think it's the same
But
each
it's
time.
sort of meant to be that way, so that you get through the game.
Oh
Because
man, I had trouble the other day, yesterday when I was playing, and there was the shadow guys that pop up, right? The evil guys that pop up, the guys that are attacking you. So I fought one of them, and I like her combos, dude. When like she like finishes him off, she'll like stab him in the neck and like do a kick flip off of him and shit, and like, or like, you know, like turn him around, stab him, slice their throat open. It's like, oh, what the fuck, you know? Like, she's a badass. And then like I was fighting these guys, and like the voices in my head were like, don't turn your back to them. Don't turn your back to them. Make sure they don't get behind you. And I was like, fuck you guys. Like, shut up. I'm trying to fight these fucking things.
Yeah, well, you're trying to fight two at once.
Yeah, and then I was fighting the one, and I pushed him against a fence, and I was stabbing him in the throat and shit, fighting this guy. And it's like, watch out behind you. And as soon as I hit the block button, she turned around and parried the sword that the dude was swinging, and I started fighting him, and it's like, watch out, he's coming up behind you. And then boom, they come up behind you. It's like, you just got to listen to the voices, because some of them are telling you, right?
It's so fucking cool, right? Like, you know when to block. Instead of flashing a Y button on the screen or something, they do that. You know what I mean?
The
If you
voices
hear the
tell
guy
you.
behind you say, they're coming up behind you. And it's like,
Boom, and then like you got to parry, like, because I died like 2 or 3 times till I finally, like, it clicked in my head, like, all right, I got to listen to the voices. Some of them are telling me the right shit to do. And like, sure enough, the ones that were telling me he's behind you, like, I would hit the block button, and she would turn around really fast, block the sword, and the dude would like stumble back, and then I start stabbing him and pushing him and stabbing him, and then like the other voice would be like, he's behind you again. And then you turn around really quick, stab him, and then you kill him right away. I was like, oh, that's all I had to do. Fuck.
Man,
We're going to name the show. Listen to the voices.
You know what would be fun to do? Just have one of your buddies play that. Like, if he came over or something, and then he's wearing the headset, but then you stand behind him and like whisper shit. So he thinks it's in the game.
it's coming up behind you.
Hey, Lord.
Gaylord. Oh man. It was like, no, it'd be funny if he tells you, like, dude, I'm hearing shit in my headset. Like, what are you talking about? There's no voices in the game. What the fuck are you talking about, man? Just play it. But yeah, HellBlade, guys. Senua's Sacrifice, $26 on Xbox. It's $30 regular price. It's on PlayStation as well. It's on PC as well. And I'm glad this game came to Xbox, man.
So am I.
It's cool.
Yeah.
More people get to play it and experience it, because it's a game that a lot of people should play. But yeah. What's the next game you got there, Ryan?
The next game I played this week was The Witness.
Oh, shit.
This is a game that I was always like, I don't want to pay that much for it, but it seems like a cool premise, and everyone talked about it like it was so amazing.
Yeah.
It's such a great game. And then so we got it for Games with Gold, and I was like, well, you know what? Maybe I'll finally give this a try. Let's see what this game is all about. It's supposed to be so amazing. And it's basically line puzzles. Like, you walk, it's beautiful. The game like looks beautiful and everything. Like, it's all like these weird pastel colors and trees and fucking very pretty looking. And you basically walk up to this thing, and it shows you a line puzzle, and you do the line puzzle, and then it leads you to the next puzzle, and you just keep walking through this universe doing these
puzzles.
I played this.
So, I mean, like, it's cool. Some of the line puzzles, when you get further into it, get pretty elaborate, and you have to kind of think about it, and it's like there's a lot of shit, and you got to figure out. Sometimes you have to use 2 sticks to move 2 lines into certain directions and go all the way up the puzzle. I guess, like, I could see it not holding my attention because I can kind of get bored with it. But I think, like, it's cool, like, if I'm sitting there with Kathy and she's paying attention as well, and she'll be watching the puzzle and go like we're both trying to figure it out together. You know what I mean? So, Gunny, you said you played this too?
Yeah, when it was Games for Gold, when we got that, I played it right then and there, and I've actually played it all the way up to. There's that part where you have to line up the planets, I think.
Oh, I haven't gone that far.
Yeah, I went in. I played it for about 4 hours. I don't know how long the game is, but I got this there, and I was like, I figured that part out, and I was like, oh wow, I can't believe I figured that out. I was like super proud of myself to do that, to actually stick with it.
I just got to the point where you have to split up you'll have like the black dots and the white dots, and you have to separate them, and we were making a joke about how the game was all about separation of black people or black dots and white dots.
Yeah. Yeah, and you get to this other part where there's these tiles, like actual like floor tiles, and I was like, oh man, I finally had to YouTube it, go there and cheat basically. And I think I just kind of dropped off after that point. I was like, okay, I'm done with this free game. But it was cool up to that point.
Yeah, it's an interesting game. I mean, I think it's something that I might jump back into every once in a while. Like I said, yeah, if me and Kathy can sit on the couch together and do some puzzles every once in a while, that's probably how I'm going to plug away at this game. But yeah, it's cool. It was free if you have Games with Gold, so you can check it out if you want to do some line puzzles.
Yeah, first person. No combat, just go around and line things
boring. Sounds fucking boring, guys. Honestly.
I don't think I could play it for long periods of time. That's for sure.
How do people call this the greatest thing ever?
I don't know. That's
I can see that being on Steam. I can see people just going very positive reviews.
Who was the creator of this game?
Jonathan Blow?
Yeah. What other game did he make that was pretty popular?
Braid?
Yeah, that Braid game. Yeah. Yeah, this game has 9 out of 10, dude, on Steam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very positive reviews and stuff, but I just don't like it's. I could see why people like it, kind of, but it's not my thing, right? Like,
yeah,
it's cool.
I guess it's in my library. I'll play it like 10 years from now.
That's what I mean, right? Like we have it. We all have it.
I think that came out at the same time they were offering that free pool game, and I was like, yeah, not into pool playing by myself. On console. I believe those were Games for Gold at that time.
Gunny, what's your game? The last game you have there.
Oh, Injustice 2 is a free to play weekend on Xbox.
Okay. Just like
heard
Ghost
about that
Recon.
on another podcast, and it. I'm not a fighting guy. Just not my genre. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I really,
I saw this downloading, and I was like, "What the fuck did Gunny buy?
Who hacked
Injustice
my
2?
Xbox account?"
I'm like, that's cool. Yeah. I mean, I've already played it, but like, I just didn't expect Gunny to purchase Injustice 2.
I did buy the first one, but it was well after that came out on the 360, which is backwards compatible, by the way, the first Injustice. And I basically played it for the story. Played it for the first one for a couple hours, and then I was like, yeah, I'm not a fighter guy, and basically finished up the story on YouTube. And I was pretty satisfied with it. Like I was like, cool, man. It's like an action, cinematic movie, basically.
And like I was saying to you before, Gunny, I think if you liked playing through that story, this one's going to be just as good for you. You're going to enjoy it. It was fun to play through.
Yeah.
But I'm like you. I don't give a shit about anything else in that game. All I care about is the story mode. I'll play through the story. I'm never going to touch multiplayer or any of that garbage because I'm not going to compete. I know I'm not. And I have no interest in learning how to, really, But it was a fun game to just plug away at and get through the story.
Yeah. Yeah, my brother, he's pretty good at these kind of games. And it's like, yeah, I could never, after all these years of us playing on shit back for even on the PlayStation 1, 2, arcades, like, dude, I can't get these combos down, man. But yeah, definitely playing it for the story. That's what I'm interested in. Superman. That's what I want to see. Batman, shit like that. So I love the characters. Movies are great. Seen them all a couple times.
All right.
But yeah, so I don't know how long the trial is. It's probably 2 or 3 hours, but I'll just play it to the end. To the end of the trial. So yeah, free on Xbox.
There's a few different free trials this weekend. There's the Ghost Recon Wildlands, and then I think Skyrim remastered edition.
Yes. So that would be also
Halo and Halo 5 is
as well.
free. Yeah.
I saw that pop up as well.
That's really cool from Microsoft to have these free play weekends, man. As much as people, as we don't benefit from it, right? Because a lot of the games are games that we've bought or games that we've already played and beat a long time ago, or whatever. But there's people out there that don't have these games or the money to buy a lot of games, and having stuff like this is really cool, I think.
Yeah. At least they get to try it out, you know what I mean? And be like, hey, maybe this is worth, dropping $40 or whatever on it now.
Yeah. One cool thing you can do is because Halo 5 is free this weekend, you can launch it, and from the main menu, there's a space where you can get a free month to Xbox Live. So you could download Halo for free and then get an Xbox Live free trial for a month. So.
Sweet. Yeah, Uplay does a lot of this. So yeah, you play on PC and on Xbox.
Xbox
I don't know
X.
PlayStation 4. I'm sure Ubisoft offers the same thing.
Okay, guys. And the last couple games that I've had on my list here are actually quite a few games that I have on my list here. So yesterday, my daughter and I downloaded Minecraft Story Mode for her, the first episode, and that's really cool, dude. She played through it, all of it. And today she finished it, and she was like, Dad, I need to unlock episode 2. I was like, oh, fuck. So now I got to buy the season of season 1 or whatever.
It's good, though, dude. The Minecraft story mode is good.
It's super cool. It was funny watching her play this game because it's like the first time she's ever played a Telltale game or any game where she's following a story and she has to make decisions. And she's never played a game like that before. And she was playing this. And it was funny watching her make the decision because the first time it popped up, she was like, what's this? I was like, you're supposed to pick something. And she was like, oh, okay. So she hit X. And I did like the dialogue for X. And then from there forward, all she kept picking was the X dialogue option. It was just funny watching her do that. There was a few times, though, that she did switch it up, though. And she told a few of the characters to shut up. Like one of the there's a bad crew in there and like the bad guys or whatever, and there's a scene where you can tell them to shut up, they're being jerks or something, and she was like, I told him to shut up, he's being a jerk. She's kind of like looking at me like laughing, like if I wanted to say something, and I was just laughing. I was like, it's okay. I was like, you tell him to shut up, whatever.
Your story.
Yeah, it's your story. You do whatever you want.
There'll be a lot of stuff like that. I think you'll have fun watching her make those choices.
It was just cool watching her play this game because I have no interest in it, but watching the story and watching her play it was really cool to sit there and watch her because it's just like a movie episode type thing. You're just watching like a story play out or whatever. It was really cool. And then I remember she thought she had finished it when like the credits started rolling. Because you know how Telltale usually does that with their games. They'll like roll the credits about like 30 minutes into the game. That's when the credits roll for like the, whatever the fuck game you're
It's
playing.
when the like intro song starts.
The intros. Like Borderlands used to always do that where like you'll be playing the Borderlands game and all of a sudden like the show just cut into like a big movie and like the credits are rolling. And I was like, the game's not over. And she's like, it's not? I was like, no, it's just like the intro. And she's like, oh, okay. So she got to play. Today she finished it. And yeah, she was telling me like, I need episode 2. Ah! So I had to buy that. I'm going to buy it today probably because the sale is still going on, I think, for Xbox. Yeah. They have like some kind of sale for
spring sale. Just grab it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think even season 2 is on sale too. Like, because they had the season 2 for it or whatever. That's on sale as well.
I haven't played any of the season 2 stuff.
But it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool little story about the Ender Dragon and these Minecraft people. And yeah. So check it out, guys. If you have kids, I know a lot of you do, play with them, man. Your kids will really like it, especially if they're in the age of my daughter. She's 6, about to be 7. She's into Minecraft and all that stuff. So check it out. Other games that I played this week, guys, I played Horizon Zero Dawn. More of that game. Wow. Just fucking wow, dude. So I reached this area where like there's a new city, a big fucking city. I'm in there doing a bunch of side quests. I love Aloy, dude. She's so cool. She's like she's like reminds me of Laura Croft. I fucking love her, dude. And she's just an awesome character. I just like her. She's cool, and I love the story. So far, it's really well done. One thing that I'm having a hard time with that game is the game is hard. In general, the game is just hard. There's times where I run into a lot of the robots, and then it'll be like, that robot's level 12, and you're like, I'm like level 18 or 19, and I'm like, I should be able to take that thing on. Fuck no, I'm not able to take that thing on. That thing will tear me apart, dude. And then all of a sudden his buddies come over, and they start fighting me too, and now I'm fighting like 6 or 7 robots, and I can't take them on sometimes. I have to just run away from them and outrun them because it's so hard. So there's one thing about the game. Even Iams told me that he was playing it on hard, and he had to drop it down to normal. I'm playing it on normal, and I was like, fuck. But
I hit a point in that game where I think it was when you were first encountered like the birds.
Oh, the birds! All those fucking
Holy
things, dude.
Fuck, man!
Pterodactyls?
It pissed me off.
Yeah, they're like
so much.
they're like pterodactyls,
Yeah,
and the thing is, Brink, you're walking through a desert, fucking flat desert, and there's these birds flying in the air.
It was on top of a mountain.
Yeah, but
and
it's
their
like
fucking nest was
flat.
there or some shit.
Oh my god, dude!
Yeah.
It's just like a flat. Well, where I first saw them was I was walking through the desert to the other city or whatever. So it's like I'm walking through the desert, and all I see is these birds, and I'm like, oh fuck. So I'm just trying to avoid them, and I had them chasing me forever, dude. Finally, I made it to like this little like outpost camp thing where there were soldiers, and they kind of like, as soon as I walked into like the thing, they kind of just like went away. They don't chase you in there. So I was like, oh, thank God. But yeah, playing that game is good. The game is good, guys. Horizon Zero Dawn is a crazy ass game. I really like the cauldrons or the gauntlets. What's they call them? The cauldrons or the gauntlets? One of the two. They're things where you learn how to program the other robots, how to like take over them or whatever. So I've done like 2 or 3 of those now. I think there's one more left, but I gotta go hack the tall neck so you could open up the map for me. So I gotta make my way to the north. I want to unlock the entire map before I continue the story because I want to know where things are. And I don't know if the game is meant to be played that way, but I think it is because it's just open world. You can go anywhere in the game from the beginning. So I'm going to head to the north now to the snow area and hack the big, tall, long neck. They're called long necks. There's 4 of them in the game. And they're pretty much like Far Cry towers or Assassin's Creed towers where you climb up them and they kind of like, they'll like highlight where the different types of robots are, where certain things are, and stuff like that for you. If you hack them, you got to climb them though, and they're like big, like dinosaur-looking things that are walking. So you got to like jump on them at the right time. Usually fight a bunch of enemies around them, all that good stuff. And the game looks really good, man. It looks so good. Oh, I'm amazed by it. I really am. Other games that I played this week. Speaking of a game that looks really good, I went and played Red Dead Redemption yesterday. Fuck.
That old game?
Dude, no. This game got a recent 4K patch for the Xbox One X. Backwards compatibility. 4K, dude.
Sweet.
And it honestly looks like a current gen game. I'm not even
9
kidding.
times the resolution, isn't it, of the original?
Yes.
Pretty insane.
It looks like the only thing that's not in 4K is the map. But it's like, whatever, fuck the map. I don't care. I know the map's not in 4K. But the game itself is in 4K. And it's never looked better. And it can't look better because the Xbox One X is now the best platform to play that game on. Seeing as it never came to PC, your best options to play that game is now on the Xbox One X. So if you have an Xbox One X, you don't have Red Dead, go buy it for like $5 on eBay. Just buy the disc and put it in and it'll work. But I was playing it last night and, dude, I really, really cannot wait for Red Dead Redemption 2. The Wild Wild West is so cool, man. Just being in there with your horse and the fucking stagecoaches. And like you'll be going through the fucking area and like all of a sudden there'll be like a lady on the side of the road with a broken down wagon like, help me, sir, help me. Go give me a hand. And you're like, oh, I'll give you a hand, lady. All right. I'm fucking John Marston.
Yes, ma'am.
And all of a sudden like 5 bandits come out behind the wagon and they're shooting and you kill all of them and then Last night what happened was I killed all of those guys because I was like, I know this is a setup because I've played this game before. I know you guys are fucking setting me up. So I killed them. I was on my horse and I jump off my horse and I chase her down and she's standing there with her hands up and she's like, don't shoot me, mister. You know, like, I was just caught up with the bad people. You know, I will never do it again. And I was like, bullet to the head. Bam. Shot her and killed her right there.
You sick bastard.
Fuck her. Dude,
Damn it.
She set
You
me
make your
up.
horse stop, man.
She's-
Tell me how to make my horse stop.
She set me up. She's dead. But I noticed a lot of differences in the game now that it's in 4K. There's a lot of heat waves in the game that I never noticed before. There's fucking heat waves. Like, you'll be going to, like, towards a town, and all of a sudden everything gets wavy, and, like, it's like, what the fuck? How did I never notice this before? And I guess it was always...
Now with heat waves.
It was always there, but it was less...
technology.
It was less noticeable in the
Future.
900 pixel resolution that it was at before, or 800 pixel or some shit. It's now way more noticeable. And the characters look good. John Marston's never looked better. His gun, like his character model when you're playing, you know, it's in third person, it looks good, dude. I'm telling you, it looks better than, what's that game that just came out? We did an interview with the guy. Kingdom Come Deliverance?
Yes.
It looks better than that game.
Wow.
Shut up.
It looks better than that game.
Nuh-uh.
I'm sorry to say, man. You know, Kingdom Come is a good game, but this game looks better than that game in 4K. It just does. The game, it's fucking good looking, dude. And I'm saying this right now, Red Dead Redemption sets the benchmark for Xbox One X enhanced games that are backwards compatible. If you can match Red Dead, you're
That's
golden,
going to come to
dude.
PC as well, right?
No.
Red Dead Redemption 2, they're just going to keep it on console. It's coming later, right?
Redemption 2 will come to PC, but at a later date, I think. Just like GTA 5 did.
That's going to be blowing up like these
But dude,
1080 Ti's, hybrid.
it looks good, dude. If you have an Xbox One X, which all of us do, and you don't, just get Red Dead. It's like $7 on the fucking store. Or
No,
something.
I have it, yeah.
Just play it.
I've played it on the one before, so. And on the 360, of course.
It's crazy that this happened because just maybe a month ago, I was like, you know what? I need to. This Red Dead's backward compatible. Everybody tells me it's the best game ever. I need to just play it. And
You've
so
never
I
played it,
downloaded
Brink?
and I never played it. Well, no, I have played it, but I don't know if you remember this, but like in the first part, you go to that little town and then you meet that woman, and then she wants you to help out around the ranch
Bonnie?
because she saved your life. Okay. And then she like challenges you to a horse race. And so I start doing this horse race and I'm like, this sucks. I don't want to do this. And I was like, screw this game. And then I shut it off and I never played it
Oh, wow.
again.
Dude.
But
You go back to Bonnie's place.
this
Oh my
recent
God.
time I got through the horse. I forced myself to get through the lame ass horse race. And,
What?
Yeah.
and then off because you know how you tap X to make your horse run faster or A or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
And
I
if you
couldn't
press
get
it
my
too much, you
horse
fall
to
off.
stop.
Something stupid.
B.
I can't get
B
the damn
gets
horse
your horse
to
to
stop.
stop. B.
Like it'll stop, but it stops like super slow.
Well,
And I was in a gun, like
it's
a
like
horse
a-
gunfight.
it's like a real horse. You
Yeah.
don't just stop like a fucking
No,
car.
but like I need to stop, and it wouldn't stop. And then I just raged and I shut it off.
The game is good. Playing it again made me realize how good the characters are in the game. Like Seth, the crazy guy who's a grave digger, he's like a grave robber. He's crazy. I love the girl who's in the ranch. I forget her name. I love all the characters, dude. They're all just super cool. And the voice acting is top notch. John Marston's voice acting, he sounds like a fucking cowboy. Like what I picture a cowboy sounding like, that's what he sounds like.
He sounds like
I
the
think-
Marlboro Man.
I think he looks dumb.
He looks cool, dude.
I think he looks dumb.
You
as
can
shit.
change. You can change his outfits too later on in the game.
No, I mean his face. His face just looks dumb.
No, it doesn't matter
No,
to me.
really?
He looks cool, dude. I think he looks cool as shit. And
Yeah,
this was one of the games that I played back in 2009, 2010 when it first came out. That I was immersed in it, dude. I did so many things in the game. I found Sasquatch. I did all the DLC for it, like the Undead Nightmare shit. I did that. I played the online. I did so many things in the game, but I still didn't unlock all the achievements. So right now I'm just like going through there and I'm like, I'm immersed, dude. I want to be in this cowboy fucking world. It's calling my name, guys. Red Dead 2 is going to be the best fucking thing this year, I think. Honestly.
E3, 2 months.
Everybody's just going to get away.
That game. That game's going to just kill E3 this year.
It's going to kill the fall.
Yeah,
There's no game in the fall that's going to come out that's going to compete with Red Dead, dude.
I don't think Red Dead even going to be there.
They don't do that, right?
Rockstar.
They're just too good for
Rockstar's never there.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. They don't need E3.
Rockstar doesn't show up at E3. They don't give a fuck. If Red Dead will probably show up on someone's stage.
I think Sony's, because Sony usually has a relationship with Rockstar. They've always had the relationship.
They're going to buy the marketing rights.
Well, you got to think about Rockstar and their big games. They've always been like showcased on Sony's platforms since the PlayStation 1.
Well, originally.
PS1s, PS2, PS3. They've always really been showcased there.
Yeah, they're going to do one of those things where they're like, and now a new game that's coming out, blah, blah, blah. But they won't say what it is, and then the lights will dim, and then you'll start hearing the music, and you'll see dust, and then a horse hoof, and then like some stupid shit will happen, and then it'll be like Red Dead, and then people will start crying. And
you know how
dude, they need to have like John Marston, whoever that actor is, just come out on stage and go, Red Dead Redemption releasing on this day.
They already know the date. Don't we? It's like November something.
Of our way if you want to survive. Mic drop.
Well, even Call of Duty moved out of the way. Call of Duty releases November 5th, and when Red Dead said we're moving our date to November 5th, Call of Duty was like, oh, fuck.
Nope.
We need to go back to October. We need to go back a month.
It's October now, huh? That's insane.
Yeah, like they pushed Call of Duty out of the way. That's how big they are.
Dude,
they don't give a fuck.
Oh my god, this year, this fall is gonna be so sick for new
Red
games.
Dead is gonna be
god,
insane.
New Battlefield.
Yeah,
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah,
and then God knows what else they're gonna.
And I just imagine how good it's gonna look on the X, dude. Because they're gonna do the enhancements for the Pro and the X and all that shit. It's gonna look fucking cool.
Yeah. IGN's going to be doing all these comparisons, so like, can we just see the gameplay? Thank you.
The X will win.
It's almost surreal that we're going to get a new Rockstar game.
Yeah, it is.
GTA 4 or 5 is so old now. And
I think I was reading an article on GTA 5 where it's just the most profitable game ever of all time.
90 million copies sold. Like, that game still sells today, and it's still in the top 10. Like,
always in the top 10.
Yeah,
it's insane.
That's insane.
So every month they release the MPDs. It's always up there in the top 10 every month. Yep. But yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see what they do with that. Rockstar, it's just a company that could do whatever the fuck they want at this point. I think they could. All they need to do for them, their marketing team has an easy job, because all they need to do, like what they did with Red Dead, is they changed the color logo from yellow to red, and everyone lost their fucking shit.
Yeah,
it's just like that's all they did. All they did was change their fucking logo color. Like, guys, what do we do for this marketing? I think we should just change our logo to red. It's like, okay, done. And like fucking the internet blew up the day that happened.
Yeah, it's like text his boss back. We broke the internet, boss.
Right? So
that game is going to be so huge.
I'm excited for that. And I can't wait to see what they introduce for the online world of that game, because it's going to be just as robust as the GTA Online world. And it's going to take off.
I think they'll definitely announce that. Well, yeah, they should do it at E3. I think it would be cool if they did it there.
The online for Red Dead Redemption, original Red Dead Redemption, was pretty good. It actually was almost like GTA Online, where they had the posses, you had the things you could do in the game, run around, and you had the whole map to do whatever the hell you wanted to do. Yeah, you started off with the donkey, and then you can rank up to get like better horses and shit. But everybody started off with the donkey in the beginning. I remember that. But the game is good. Good, guys. It looks beautiful in 4K. I'm telling you, go check it out. Go check it out if you haven't.
Yeah, definitely. Remember I was telling you about what they did with Crackdown, the original.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, look at what they did to that game.
Red Dead, though, dude, it's insane.
Man, as jealous as I am of God of War coming out, which I'm so jealous. Like, I need a PS4 and I can't buy one right now, and it pisses me off. It's so awesome how they're re-releasing all these older games that we've already bought. And they say, hey, here's this game. You already paid for it. Now it's even better. It's in 4K. Enjoy. That's just so cool, and I hope they keep doing that.
Yeah.
I
Love
think they're
it.
going to, because I think Microsoft sees that these old games, getting them refreshed, people will come to your platform for that. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting so much value there. Like all these games that you've given up on because it's 2 systems ago. I mean, you can play original Xbox games that you bought now. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. So and the last game that I played, which was today, was Surviving Mars. That game is hard.
You're not surviving, are you? It didn't sound like it.
No,
It didn't sound like you were surviving.
Okay, listen. I had the perfect like base this last time. I had a bunch of power grids. I had my power grid up. I had like a lot of things generating enough power, oxygen and water. Everything's cool. The one thing I didn't have was a polymer factory. And well, I had one of them, but it wasn't producing a lot of whatever the hell the resource, polymer or whatever.
Plastic.
And fucking my drone hubs started breaking down. So my domes, I had 2 domes. They relied heavily on my drones to like move supplies around. And so like at first there was like 1 drone hub went down. I was like, all right, I'll survive. I requested maintenance on it, whatever, like we'll get to it when we get to it. It was low priority. Then the 2nd drone hub went down, then the 3rd, then the 4th, then the 5th. Then by the time the 6th one went down, I was fucked. So like all my buildings started shutting down. I have like 4 drones that are working right now. I'm just fucked. So all my people are starting to die now because they have no water, because the buildings are breaking down, because the drones aren't fixing them. That game is hard as hell, dude. And I'm playing it on like an easy difficulty.
Brink, Jesus just describing this game, and it reminds me of the Bobs. Right? It's a serious. Look serious.
Brink and both took off, fucking assholes. But yeah, I mean, Surviving Mars, the soundtrack is really cool. I like the music in it, but I mean, it's a hard game, guys. If you're not into the management and you don't have the patience for it, I don't suggest you pick it up. But if you like games like City Skylines and stuff like that, then it's a game for you because it's fun.
I see it's funny because I do my City Skylines. I'm just not talking about it anymore. I do play that on my PC because that's something I could just hit the space bar, boom, pause, and walk away. And so, yeah, certain days I do that. But I was looking on there on PC for Surviving Mars, and I'm like looking at the different mods. And yeah, they're coming along pretty good. Like they're adding a lot of them to it. So it's like, yeah, I think the first one I'm going to get is is not the God mode, but where it's just the unlimited money. so yeah, I'm just going to go baby mode on it when I pick it up, probably on PC. So
yeah,
I'll think twice before picking it up on console, So, but it looks good. I like it. I've been watching it, some streams on it, and I thought, man, I do like that management. Like it does. It's in the same vein as the games that I like City Skylines.
It totally is, but it's hard, dude, because like I said, your buildings once your drones are broken down, you're screwed because you got nothing to fix things with. The people don't fix things; they just work and live there. So it's kind of dumb having people on your planet. It's like, why do I have people on here for? They're not gonna fix nothing. All they do is complain for water and food, but don't ever want to help. Assholes.
Yeah. They should add a random disaster.
They do. They have disasters in the game where like there's meteor strikes, there's sandstorms, there's a bunch of other things. Aliens show up. Just weird things happen in the game.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll add more stuff.
Yeah, and I think I got the season pass for it, so whatever.
Cool.
You're still talking about the Mars game, right? I mean, I went to the bathroom.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I was just telling him it sounds like the Bob's universe.
Oh,
book that he's describing. Damn good series. Should make that a game.
Speaking of Mars, I'm freaking stoked for Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever played the original?
Remastered.
I like them both.
Sorry.
I enjoyed them both.
That game is freaking awesome.
The destruction. I never played it.
The destruction in that game makes Battlefield's Levolution look like ass. Like they modeled the buildings in that game after real world physics. Like each building
has a support system, and if you take out the right supports, the building will collapse realistically, and there's not a poof of smoke and the building's all of a sudden on the ground and crumbles. Like, you can watch it break down and crumble to the ground. And the multiplayer is freaking awesome because all that stuff's in the multiplayer maps, and you can just destroy shit. It's so much fun. And there's different jetpacks. Like, there's a shockwave one, and there's like a rhino one where you can run through and break walls and break out building supports. And it's just, the gunplay is fun. It's a great game. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I like when you throw the bombs in there. You know, like it was almost like that again, like that Crackdown thing where it's like you throw in like 10 and just detonate all of them all at once.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
If you look at a building and plan it out just right, you can say, okay, this building is being supported this way, and you throw all the different C4s in the right places and detonate them all at once. Just watch it beautifully crumble to the ground.
And that was the best thing about where if the enemies came into that base, right, and you don't do everything correctly because you're just, let's just assume you're playing just single player. But I think you had a couple AI people helping you in certain missions where, like, okay, I died, but you know what? I'm loading back in. Now I know where I'm going to put that C4, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so much fun and replayability. This game has it.
Oh, yeah. It was an awesome sandbox. Or you could just get in a big, like, mech suit, like a demolition suit, and just run through buildings and just watch them all crumble. That game was way ahead of its time. I can't wait to see what it's like on the remastered edition.
Yeah.
One thing I forgot to mention that I played, because it's something I would not usually play, it's actually a mobile game. And I don't know if you guys remember back in maybe 2011, 2012, there was this mobile shooter that came out that sort of changed the game, I guess. And it was a top shooter for many years.
Guns of Boom. No, I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No, that's not it. It was Shadow Gun. Do you remember Shadow Gun?
No.
It was like Gears of War, but on a phone. And it had every game had shit graphics. This game had amazing graphics. Every game played like shit. This game played amazing. And it was just a really cool mobile game. Like, it was one of the ones that really stood out. Well, anyways, they now have just come out with this new game called Shadowgun Legends.
Okay.
And what it is it's basically a blatant Destiny ripoff. It's basically Destiny on your phone. I mean, you launch in and you go to like a central hub that's just like the tower in Destiny. It's first person. All the characters remind you of Destiny characters. It's Destiny, but it's super polished and it's on your phone and it looks really good and it plays really good. And so, yeah, I've been playing that, and it's it's a good way to pass the time when you're in the shitter at work. You know,
Does it have
does
hooks
look
like
like
Destiny?
Wait, what's your question?
Does it have hooks like Destiny? Like,
Hooks,
is it a
like
loot
Captain
thing?
Hooks?
No. No, I mean, like, does it get hooks in
it's
you
a
like
looter
Destiny
shooter,
does,
man.
you know?
Yeah, it's a looter shooter.
So you're getting new loot
It's
for
the
doing
same-
raids and
You're getting
stuff like that.
incomes to decrypt. It has multiplayer modes, it has different missions you can do. It's like a MMO style looter shooter, just like Destiny is.
Sweet. I'm downloading it now.
Yeah, check it out.
The
man.
iPad. Yep.
It's pretty freaking good for a mobile game. I'm impressed. So generally, I hate mobile games. Guns of Boom was awesome for a while, but other than Fortnite Mobile is the shit, I have to say.
Dude,
don't
I
like
saw
console, but
They're always adding updates to that Fortnite.
I saw a kid last night
Not for me.
at Panda Express in line playing Fortnite on his phone. And then he got his food and he was like, oh shit, we only have like a minute to loot, guys.
Oh my God.
He was chatting
Should have slapped the
on
phone
his
out of him.
phone while grabbing Panda Express. And yeah, I was like, holy shit, this thing has reached crazy potential.
Dude, he was in the Oasis, man. That's Ready Player One shit.
That is Ready Player One shit.
Pfizer.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I was like, holy fuck. The dude couldn't, like, turn it off in line while he was ordering. Like, no, he had it on. And, like, but they're playing it. Are they on this
What
phone?
I love about Fortnite Mobile is that the whole game is there.
Yeah.
It is Fortnite. Like it's the same exact experience as you would get on console. And PUBG is almost there, but it's not quite there.
It's not.
And it's
No, it's
filled
not
with
quite.
bots, man. Who wants to get on and play PUBG with 99
Yeah,
bots?
I did play a couple matches. I was like, those are bots. You know, yeah.
They just
Yeah,
stand there and
you're
kind
right.
of look at you.
It takes away all the intensity and everything that makes PUBG great. Having bots in there just ruins it. But
They're gonna
Fortnite, on the
start.
other hand,
They're gonna
man,
have to start adding bots to the console version pretty soon, and fucking nobody's playing this shit, dude.
I don't know, dude. I think a lot of people.
No, dude. I got into a match the other day, and it took me the longest it's ever taken me to start a match in PUBG on my Xbox. I was like, what the fuck? Why is it taking like forever to look? Because I was like at 80 people forever, dude. It was like 80 people, and it was just taking like it took like a minute or two to get like to 99 people.
What the hell are they doing?
I was like,
are
what
they
the fuck is happening
Why
right
don't
now?
we have that new map? Why don't we have 10 maps? I don't
no, this
understand.
month they're next.
They have a whole studio, not just a whole. Well, yeah, that Blue Hole's not Blue Hole anymore, right? It's like PUBG.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But anyways, they have the studio, and all they're doing is working on this game, and they just have this one map, and they release these dinky little patches once a month, and that's all we get. I don't understand.
Think about this, Brink. They're a bunch of lucky douches that have millions of dollars now all of a sudden out of nowhere. What do you think they're doing? Honestly, what do you
Doing a
think
bunch
they're
of
doing?
blow.
They're fucking the dog going, money just keeps coming into our
We don't need to
account.
do shit.
$30
So
a
let's
pop,
fucking
right?
party. Woo!
They got that.
I think if Bluehole continues on, like if PUBG Corp continues on the route that they're going, they're not going to be around for much longer.
I'm telling you, in a couple months here at E3, we are going to see multiple PUBG killers.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be there. People are going to be amazed. PUBG's done. It's done. Like they've wasted too much time.
Yeah. I'm looking at their staff list, and it says currently on LinkedIn that they have 167 employees. It's not a lot, but it's still quite a bit of people, and it should be enough to fucking fix your damn game. I agree with you guys. I think at this point, Fortnite has just taken their lunch, dude, and just ran with it. They're just like, we could do this better and faster and do updates constantly, and you guys can't keep up. You guys are struggling to even get this shit to hit 30 frames a second on an Xbox One X. Our shit could hit 60 frames and 30, and you can toggle it whenever you want to, and you can crossplay.
Not to mention they're super active with the community.
Yeah, they're constantly listening to them. Yes.
It's amazing.
Yeah, but you got to remember something too. Epic is not a small company.
Well, it's not, but at the same time, Ryan,
Epic does have a lot of people.
They got resources.
They had the lead. They had the time to do it. Rumor has it PUBG Corp was before Microsoft got them to do the deal for coming to console on the Xbox in the preview program. Microsoft went to them and wanted to buy them. Microsoft said, "Look, we want PUBG on our fucking platform. We'll buy your studio. We'll buy the IP. We want it." And PUBG said no. They were like, "No, we don't want to sell out to you." They should have sold out. They should have.
I guarantee we'd have a new map by now.
I guarantee you the game would be running at almost 60 frames a second, if not 60 frames a second on the Xbox One X. Because Microsoft would have fucking put every fucking resource they had to make that the best shooter on the console. They would have done it. And unfortunately, PUBG was too fucking greedy, and they just like, no, we don't want to do that. They want to release on everything eventually. They're going to release on the PS4 eventually. But by that point, it's going to be too late.
I think so too.
They screwed up. They should have sold out when Microsoft went to them and said, look, we want to buy you. And no, rumor has it that's what happened. They're like, no, we don't want to do that. We'll do a deal with the preview program thing. And I'm sure Microsoft gave them a ton of money for that. But apparently, I don't know what the fuck they did with that money because they're not fixing their game. They're just like, well, we'll fix it sometime, guys. We'll almost get 30 frames a second most of the time. Not all the time.
You know? Man. Right. PUBG is going to just be a fart in the wind.
Yeah.
They're speculating that Red Dead Redemption is going to have a battle royale mode.
Oh fuck! That's it.
Yeah.
You know,
Could you imagine that?
every new game's gonna have a battle royale mode. Like that's the thing right now. That's the
Call of
money.
Duty can come up with it. You know,
Speaking of
Soccer
those
League.
kind of games, actually, I played another game like that.
Oh, you
That's kind of like a mix of like PUBG, Fortnite, and Darwin Project. I
Is it
played
that battle
Radical
ro-
Heights.
Is that's not the Lawbreakers?
Yeah,
Yes.
the Lawbreakers piece.
Yeah,
it-
what's up
it
with
is?
this? I
From the
vaguely heard about
makers
this.
of Lawbreakers comes Radical Heights.
What's that douchebag's name?
Cliffy B.
Yeah, it's Cliffy B game.
Yeah. So here's the thing. This game is super fucking early. Like super fucking
Well,
early.
that's what they call it, don't they? They call it extremely early access.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah,
like,
it's like,
for pre-alpha.
but it's very beta or very 80s inspired. Lots of like 80s references and stupid shit, and it kind of is a bit like Smash TV. I could feel a little bit of that in there. The game is funny, but the gameplay was just not there for me. I felt like I couldn't even see people, and they were pegging me off. And then I would see they were like around the corner of a fence that I couldn't see them through, but somehow they could see me, and they were killing me. So, but the little bit that I did get to play where I was wandering around and you're like collecting money, and then you can go to an ATM machine and cash your money in, and that way if you die, you get to keep that money. If you die when you have money on you, it has a bit of a feel like that too, where it's like you can lose everything, right? But everything continues on, so you any money that you put away, you can use later on. So you could say, okay, I'm just doing this round. I don't give a shit about winning. All I want to do is collect as much money as I can and get to the ATM. And then the next match I play, I'm going to buy that fucking awesome gun because I'll have enough money. And then I'll go through and try and win. You know what I mean? So
That doesn't sound balanced.
Can you buy money with real world money?
I think you can, but I'm not positive.
Buy crystals.
I would imagine so, but I didn't into it. Really.
Get your vending.
what I want to know is what the
Is this
fuck.
on mobile?
What I want to know is what the fuck Cliff Bleszinski is thinking with this shit, dude. With the last game he made, Lawbreakers, he copied Overwatch, and he was too late. He failed. With this game, he's now copying Fortnite and PUBG and the Battle Royale hype. Why doesn't he come up with his own thing, like his own idea, right? Like his own fucking original shit.
Because he
It's
can't.
more like the Darwin Project than you might think, because it closes off quadrants like that.
But it's still the Battle Royale, because the Darwin Project is kind of copying PUBG in them too. They're all kind of copying the
Wait,
PUBG.
in that Darwin project, how many people are there to start off the game?
10.
Oh, that's only like 10, yeah. 10 plus the
Yeah,
Whoever
and
director.
right. And each person's they're in different quadrants, and they close them out. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. And this is kind of like that too. It's like this section's going to be closed off, then this section's going to be closed off, and then you kind of get pushed into the small section.
Did you
where
guys see the parody account for the former Sony president that he put on there about Cliffy B's new game?
What? He copied fucking Fortnite?
Yeah, well, the Lawbreakers or whatever. And basically the parody account said, this is not Cliffy B's first Battle Royale game. Something about, it started with 100 and it ended up with just one person.
What?
One person playing.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Referring to
Bad.
Lawbreakers?
Yeah, that game
Correct.
was bad. Like
Correct.
that game is even done. They already said that game is done. They're like,
Yeah, I think they're taking the servers
yeah,
down.
they already said.
they already
I'm looking at an article right here that says, the Lawbreakers didn't meet expectations in sales, and that they're no longer gonna update it or support it, and they're gonna leave it at its current state until it dies off and becomes a free-to-play game. And they said that they're gonna make it a free-to-play game, but it's not gonna be overnight. They're gonna eventually just make it free-to-play, but they don't expect to update it. They don't gonna no new content, nothing.
Yeah.
But I see-
that beta and just feeling like, you know what that game felt like? I don't think I ever said it on the show, but it felt like one of those like James Bond 007 games back on the 360. Like it was that super quick. Everybody's got to go for that same area. Everybody just kind of collects in this one area.
And that game was out. Didn't that game,
like,
it came out on PC and PS4, right? Lawbreakers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I played it on Steam or on whatever.
I wonder what
Epic.
Oh, I think it was PC only. I'm pretty sure it was.
No,
PC.
it was on PS4, man.
Was it?
Yeah, I think
It
it
was,
was.
yeah.
Okay.
I wonder what the PS4 community on it is like. I don't think that is big at all. If it didn't
There
do
is
much.
no community. There's like 10 people playing that game at a time.
Yeah. Yeah, if you like those games that were like, the old 007 games where it was just kind of like, super fast, janky,
Don't recommend
shooting,
people buy
run,
this. Don't
throw
It reminds me more of Unreal than GoldenEye.
Unreal Tournament.
It's more like Unreal and Quake.
That's where I played it at. It was on the Unreal app.
So I slammed the book down and I looked at him and I said, I want to make another $1 billion IP.
He fucking all he's doing is copying other games. Like he's copying right now, totally
Gotta
copying.
get that money back somehow, son.
He's copying Fortnite and all these other games. Why? I mean, this dude he's a creator of Gears, isn't he? Or one of the main developers of it?
Yeah, like he was the man back when Gears was made.
What the fuck? Now he's like some fucking dude who's just like trying to fucking copy other studios.
Well, he left to start his own studio, and this is what it was.
Well, obviously he cannot make a good fucking game without the Gears team. Go back and make Gears games, Cliff.
Yeah, I mean, look at Epic now. They're doing Fortnite.
It makes you wonder
Where's the
how much he was
talent?
actually involved in Gears development.
Where's the
Sounds
real
like-
talent?
Exactly.
It sounds like he just took all the credit for the work everybody else was doing
Exactly,
in Gears.
yeah.
He showed off driving around his Lamborghini and
Yeah,
shit,
I remember.
right?
You remember that when he showed up at E3 and his like Lamborghini and shit was all cocky about it and shit. And now look at him; he's like fucking trying to copy and scrambling to copy other games. That
And not to mention, like, the internet just hates him. And when the internet
Yeah.
hates someone, they're dead. They're done.
Well, he
There's
puts on
there's
some,
no coming back from that.
I don't think I think I follow him on Twitter, or I haven't seen him on Twitter, but yeah, he says some crazy things like Trump. So outlandish, crazy stuff.
yeah, outlandish, crazy stuff. Yeah,
Shit.
on his Twitter profile, his bio says, "Washed up dude, bro, game developer or legendary creative genius. Depends on who you ask."
Washed up dude, bro. if you ask me.
I don't know if he blocked me or whatever. I don't remember removing him, but I don't think I've ever said any. Yeah.
Gunny got blocked by fucking Cliff.
I think he did
Yeah.
because I never unfollowed him, and just one
he
day
must
it
have
was like I
blocked
just
your
thought he
ass.
went dark or something.
Fuck you,
Dude,
Gunny.
Gunny.
Gunny talk shit
Don't even
about
send him a
Gears.
dick pic.
Gunny probably messaged him saying that he should make a new Gears game instead of making Lawbreakers, and he was like, "Fuck you, Gunny."
No, you know what I think he did?
messaged him.
He probably
Gunny
just went
messaged him and
unfollow.
said, "Yeah, what blue pills do you take, Cliffy?"
Yeah, people don't know it, but in real
like
life,
years-
Gunny's like super savage.
Super
Just tears
savage.
people up.
Just
Probably
goes
said
after
something
him.
bad about Lawbreakers. but-
Guys, I miss Vegas. I was born and raised there, and you know what? I miss the casinos. So sometimes I need to gamble. And personally, I love blackjack and roulette. And you know what I do? I head over to MYB Casino and gamble from the comfort of my own home. MYB Casino offers huge bonuses, tons of free spins, and they offer every single game you'll find in Vegas, plus many, many more that they don't even have there. If you head over to mybcasino.ag, that's M as in money, Y as in yes, B as in Bravo, and use promo code GAMERS, you'll get a 200% welcome bonus for signing up with them. So, you start playing with the huge bankroll. Also, if you win, and when you win, you'll get your payout super fast with a guaranteed lightning fast payout system. And, guys, you can play this from anywhere in the world. On your phone, your iPad, your tablet, computer, anything can play this. Plus, if you like the touch of a personal dealer, like a live dealer, you want to see a guy dealing out the cards. They have that available, live dealer casino with real people dealing out the cards. So, if you want to get in on the action, go to mybcasino.ag now and sign up with them using promo code GAMERS to ensure that you're eligible for all of our future promotions and bonuses. Visit Vegas from your couch and try them out today. You play, you win, you get paid. mybcasino.ag, promo code GAMER. News time! Welcome back, people. Thanks for our sponsor. Go to myb.ag. So, yeah, casino.ag, something. Go and do that.
You got me hyped.
FIBcasinos.ag.
That's right. Go to them and go gamble, guys. Anyways, moving on now to news time. Former GTA producer has now suffered a setback in a $150 million lawsuit against Take-Two. So pretty much, Leslie Benzies was suing Take-Two at the moment for $150 million, saying that they violated her contract of royalties after releasing GTA 5, and she took a 17-month sabbatical following the launch of GTA 5. They fired her during that time, which she went back one day and her parking spot was taken, her key didn't work anymore, and they're like, look, you don't work here anymore. Go home. So she's saying that they owe her money, $150 million to be exact, because of royalties. But apparently in the contract that she signed with Take-Two and Rockstar, it doesn't say anything in there about what kind of payments that she deserves for that. She's saying that she deserves as much as the co-founders of Rockstar deserve. She's saying that the Rockstar's co-founders, they're making so much money off of the game, right? They're getting royalties off the game. She needs to be making as much as they do on royalties. But the contract says nothing about how much, equal payment for everybody who signed the contract, etc. Because I think she was the executive producer of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Apparently that was the ruling last time, in the courtrooms. They said, look, this contract says nothing about equal payments to you. But who knows what? Maybe she'll settle for a lower amount, or maybe she'll continue with this lawsuit until she loses it all. I don't know.
My guess is she's just pissed off, so she's trying to get as much money as she can.
Well, she did take a 17-month vacation, pretty much.
Yeah.
She was gone for a year and a half.
A bit excessive.
I don't know if I could just leave my work for a year and a half and go back and be like, yo, boss, I'm back. He'd be like, what the fuck, Jesus? You've been replaced. It doesn't work. But yeah, so there's that lawsuit. A bunch of lawsuits go on in the gaming industry, as you can tell from our news. But let's talk about Xbox One backwards compatibility. During the Inside Xbox show, the monthly Xbox show that is now done, Microsoft announced a bunch of new games coming for the Xbox backwards compatibility. Original Xbox games.
Guys, Blink's the Time Sweeper.
That's right. Blink's the Time Sweeper is one of them. Breakdown, Conquer, Live and Reloaded, Hunter the Reckoning, Jade Empire, Panzer Dragoon, SSX3,
SSX.
whatever the fuck. The Elder Scrolls Morrowind, it's going to be there as well. That's going to come on April 17th, so it's right around the corner in 3 days. But the week after that, on the 26th, Destroy All Humans, Full Spectrum Warrior, Mercenaries, Playground of Destruction. That's the original Mercenaries game. I really like that game. MX Unleashed, Panzer Elite Action, Fields of Glory, and a bunch of Star Wars games. So Star Wars Battlefront 2, Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, Star Wars Jedi Starfighter, Star Wars Knight of the Old Republic 2, and Star Wars Republic Commando, which was Battlefront 2 and Republic Commando were my shit, dude. I fucking love those games. Republic Commando was super cool. It's you got to control a squad of soldiers, clone soldiers or whatever, but they're elite clone troopers. So they had each of them had special ability. One of them had a flamethrower. One of them had some other bullshit ability. But you got to control this squad and do a bunch of Star Wars missions with them. That show is cool, man. I'm excited.
Never played those. I might want to check those out. I always played Jedi Knight.
And you know what, Gunny? You're going to be able to download these via the Microsoft Digital Store on the Xbox One.
Wow.
And some of these games will actually be enhanced from the Xbox One X's power. Yeah, that's right.
Sweet.
In other news, a bunch of other games got enhanced by the Xbox One X, including Darksiders, Gears of War 2 is now in 4K, Portal 2 is now in 4K, Red Dead Redemption is now in 4K, Sonic Generations, and Star Wars The Force Unleashed are now in 4K and enhanced by the Xbox One X. If you want to play those games, go ahead and play them. I mean,
Yeah,
Portal 2,
Portal
dude.
2
Yeah.
even on the Xbox 360, I thought that game, the color palette
Yeah.
and the lighting and everything looked gorgeous. Yeah, I have to. Oh, I gotta go play this now.
Go play it. Are you going to play any of those games, Brink?
Probably not.
No? I mean, Red Dead is calling your name. You need to finish that game. I want you to get to the ending of that game because the ending of that game is fucked up. It's super fucked up.
I want to go back and play Darksider. Now that it's 4K. Darksiders is the shit.
Red Dead,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, C2 is on the Game Pass.
In other news, 3 video game bars have been shut down in Japan over copyright claims. This week, 3 Osaka video game bars announced that they were closing. The reason, it seems, was copyright violation. According to IT Media, the 3 game bars, one of them is called One Up, one's called Katina, and one is called Clan. Will cease operation on July 29th when their lease ends. So pretty much these guys copyright infringement on a bunch of shit, you know. That's it. Yeah.
Like on games, I guess.
Yeah, what are they infringing on? I'm trying to...
Well, I'm looking at games. Yeah, it says here that what they did, their strategy was they didn't charge people for the games. They charged them for the drinks, and you can play games for free.
Yeah.
And apparently the creators of the games were like, that's not cool.
Yeah, don't they do this with like DirecTV events and crap like that? Like if they find out, like if you didn't charge patrons or some stupid shit, you know?
Yeah.
So probably I can't believe the same would apply to video games.
No, I mean, there's bars around here that do exactly this.
But, so this is probably a Japan thing, right?
There's a place downtown called where it's like all pinball and arcade stuff. And you can go in there. Everything's on free play. And you just walk in and you play whatever you want, but they encourage you to buy drinks. I talked before about the place that I went to before the Zelda concert. And that was, Jesus Christ, I can't remember what it's called. But it's basically, you go in, you can play any game you want. They have all the consoles and everything there. And you can just sit there and play games, but you got to buy food or drinks or whatever. And that's how they make their money, and you can entertain yourself while you sit there. So, like, I mean, things can be different, obviously, in Japan. Maybe there's laws that restrict that as compared to, like, Canada or the United States.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's a lot of places in the States, too, that do the same thing. And so it's a little odd, but I don't really see...
You know who's going to I think it's South Korea. I could be wrong. Mojo Red. I think he's either there now. He'll be there in a few days. So, yeah, hit up some
I
of
thought I
those
saw
bars.
him, someone...
Mojo?
I thought I saw him
I wonder
saying
how
that
that,
he was
how
going
that
somewhere.
goes. You hit up any of those game bars.
Yeah.
Mojo likes to play Sea of Thieves a lot.
He does. He's been a part of my crew many times.
That's like the one person I always invite, and he always accepts my invite. I love you, Mojo.
Yeah.
Good job.
He's usually on there playing, so he,
Yeah.
you know.
In other news, Drake's October's very own, Canada's very own Drake, has said that if Fortnite, if Epic makes a Hotline Bling emote, so he wants his dances from the music video Hotline Bling to be used in the game as emotes. If they decide to put that into the game, he will make a rap song about Fortnite.
That sounded good. Yeah, sure. The kids, it's all for the kids. The kids love it.
That's what he says, yeah. Yeah. So he says...
We're going to make one too.
He says, I say when Epic gives me the emote, when Epic gives me the Hotline Bling emote, I'll do it. Until then, I'm on strike. That's what he said. He said it on Ninja's stream because he was apparently chatting with Ninja about Fortnite when Ninja was playing on his stream. Yeah, so there you go, guys. We might see some hotline bling emotes. That's good marketing for Fortnite. I mean, think about it. People are going to be listening to the song about Fortnite. Drake, he's a pretty big rapper, if not the biggest at the moment.
Fuck Drake.
How dare you? How dare you? Because he's you should be proud Canadian like you.
Fellow Canadian.
Yeah, I should be proud. Just like I'm not proud of fucking Justin Bieber.
You should be
He's Canadian too. I'm glad he lives in the States now.
Justin Bieber should play PUBG, and there should be a competition between Drake and Justin Bieber.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. He's gonna make a
Justin Bieber plays PUBG.
PUBG.
and Drake
Justin
makes a song
Bieber's
about
PUBG
Fortnite.
and Drake's Fortnite.
Be the rap battle of the ages, guys. Yeah.
Bieber's not a rapper.
In other news, Billy Mitchell, the longtime Donkey Kong and Pac-Man champion, has been stripped of all his records by Twin Galaxies following a review of 7-year-old footage that determined that 3 of his million-point high scores had been falsified.
Well,
Oh my god.
This guy has held the record forever.
steroids, man.
Ever.
It's been a long, long time.
30 years he had the highest Donkey Kong record for 30 years. And apparently they said, like, dude, when you first submitted your score, you didn't really have proof. You kind of lied about it. And yeah, this is impossible to do. Because apparently what happened was a bunch of YouTubers got together and they actually, like, created some AI. And they went through the game. With the AI, the computer played it to the best that it could do. And the times just didn't match. They were way off. You know, they were saying, like, how the hell did this dude achieve this if a computer cannot beat this fucking game? How did he do it?
Yeah, it says here
Wait,
the challenge.
but that's no reason to strip him of his title. And I mean, do they have proof that he falsified it?
Yes,
Or
they
other
also
than the computer?
It says here the challenger Jeremy Young of Donkey Kong Forum alleged that Mitchell had produced his scores, included first million-point game in Donkey Kong history, using an emulator instead of an original Donkey Kong motherboard. The implication was that Mitchell had spliced in videotaped footage of an emulated playthrough and passed it off as a performance on an original Donkey Kong cabinet.
Yeah. So he was playing an emulator, and there's certain tells that you can see if you're using an emulator as compared to the original board. There's certain things that'll happen and certain timings and stuff like that. And when they started watching the footage, they realized that these timings weren't matching up. So there was something wrong with this footage.
Says here the emulation allegations is important because with an emulator, a player could modify the game's parameters, preserve save states, and revisit them to undo an adverse outcome or alter other variables that are not part of the game on its original hardware.
Yeah. So apparently pretty much cheated. That's what he did. But yeah, he was stripped of all his records in Twin Galaxies. They said, like, pretty much, dude, all your shit's gone. You don't hold any record now.
Yeah, so he lost everything.
That kind of sucks, because, I mean, you got to admit that he probably was a really good Donkey Kong player, because there's videos. He was
good at the game, yeah.
There's videos of him playing the game live on camera and shit, and he's pretty good. But apparently not the best, I guess. I mean, I wonder if he could try to do it again and beat the guy who does. Who's the guy at the top now? I mean, who's
Steve Wiebe, I think. I don't know. There might be someone else around now.
Yeah, says Steve. I think it's Steve Wiebe.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could compete and get back on there, like with someone like.
If you ever watched, did you watch the documentary?
I haven't watched
King of Kong.
No.
Okay, yeah, it's about the two of them battling it out for that title. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fucked up. I almost sometimes look at this and think, I wonder if this is all just a fucking big publicity stunt to get more people to realize what Twin Galaxies is doing.
Right.
You know, like, because they've been doing this scorekeeping shit for a long ass time, and the company has changed hands and been through a lot of shit, and, you know, and now they're trying to rebuild it again. And it almost seems like it's that time where they would start wanting to get people pulled to the website. So why not have some scandal happen? You know what I mean? Where it brings the public's eye to it. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not saying that's what's happening, but I kind of look at this sometimes and go, I wonder, how, like, you're talking like so many years ago, right? Like, and nobody's caught this to this date, and it's just weird. Like, there's a lot of weird circumstances that make me kind of look at it as like, this is a little fishy and kind of feels like a publicity stunt, but I don't know that for sure.
They go on to say that they have banned him from participating in any of their competitive leaderboards.
Yeah, he's not allowed to play anymore.
You're done. Cheater!
But hey,
Okay. In other news, the Nintendo Switch, there was a hacker who figured out how to successfully open up the Switch homebrew and switch it to homebrew and actually back up your save files. Because you know how Nintendo, when you ever break your Switch, you send it over to Nintendo, the data? Or they're the only ones who can do it, like they can do it somehow. Well, he's figured out a way to get it onto an SD card. So he's figured it out. But he says that he might not ever release the way to do it. Because Nintendo has...
Nintendo will fucking sue him.
That's probably why, it's probably Nintendo's going to sue him if they see he released it. So he hasn't, and he says he may just not do it ever.
Put it on the dark web, bro. Sell it for $100.
No, fucking go to Nintendo and be like, hey, this is a solution to an issue that you have with this.
And Nintendo will be like, how did you do it? And he's going to show him, and then they're going to be like, all right, we need to patch that real quick.
I think what's going to happen is, he's going to be sitting there eating a ham sandwich and like he's going to get swatted,
Oh shit, Nintendo's going to swat him?
Nintendo swats him.
Nintendo SWAT team is going to kick the door down.
It's not a SWAT team though. It's like all these fucking ninjas just like come down on his house.
Big old fucking 8-foot Mario walks in the door,
Oh, shit.
Right? Points his pink white glove at him,
Oh, shit.
It's me, Mario.
Whoop his ass. Another news, Sega has announced the new Mega Drive Mini console coming to Japan this year. Yeah.
Cool.
It's what?
It's the Mega Drive Mini, man. It's a little
Mega
mini.
Drive.
Yeah, I linked this story. I couldn't get the link in there. Recently licensed the console's appearance to Games for the Sega Genesis Flashback console, which included 85 games but suffered from both hardware and software failure. So yeah, it's just got announced this morning.
Yeah,
So
and
there's not much on it.
they say that it's only going to be released in Japan, but in the US, they might release the Sega Genesis Mini. Guys.
But I thought they had these already that were like you can buy them in your Target and Kmart's.
Those were kind of...
But they're not made by Sega.
They're made by like some other company.
They're made by some other affiliate company. I can't remember what the company's called. But anyways, there's I don't know. Everyone's just jumping on this now. It's stupid. There's a Commodore 64 Mini.
I want the Xbox Mini, the original Xbox Mini version. The PlayStation 1 Mini.
Because they're doing the backward compatibility thing, right? So
yeah.
How about give us the PS1 Mini?
PS1 Mini?
Nah.
How about
no more mini consoles?
How about the Ouya Mini?
Yeah.
I play games on my old Fire Stick. About that, I'll buy the controller.
Like, I don't know, man. The mini thing is so past me. I didn't get one. I didn't get one. I never found one ever.
You say this, Ryan.
They say, hey, 2018, we're going to re-release everything. You're going to see them in stores everywhere. I have still not seen one that wasn't being sold by a secondhand seller for twice as much as what it's supposed to.
Yeah.
You pre-ordered the Atari.
Fuck the Atari.
What are you talking about? The VCS? The new Atari console, the new
piece of garbage.
top of the line technology,
It's got
Top
wood
of the line
finish, bro.
piece of garbage.
You
State of
polish it
the
with your
art.
Pledge.
It's gonna fill fucking landfills.
Pong has never looked better.
Pong's never Pong in 4K.
Oh shit!
Yeah, with a blue dot.
You could change the color of the dots. Imagine that. Oh fuck!
Dot.
Fucking
Customize
goes
the
great different
dots?
colors.
Oh
loot boxes.
shit!
Steel wheel
And the loop-
controllers. Yeah.
To be loot boxes.
And the loot boxes have different dot colors and shit.
Oh
Like
shit!
maybe a Santa hat or something.
Oh man, this sounds
dollar a
amazing.
loot box.
You
There
can
we
make
go.
it snow in your Pong game now.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. You could change the background of the screen, like make it a different color, and change the ball color too.
No way, man. That changes everything.
Future of gaming, right there. Maybe Justin Bieber will make a song about it.
4K Pong.
In other news,
Ultra HD, HDR.
Shenmue
Coming.
HDR Paul.
Shenmue 1 and 2 are coming to the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC in 2018.
What?
Yeah,
Wait, was this the game that they announced at the
No.
E3 that they were redoing?
3 was what they
Oh,
announced. at
3.
E3.
Okay.
so no, this was the game.
Well, these were originally on Xbox One.
Wasn't
Or
this the one where
Xbox
they had
original.
it
PS1.
at the PlayStation
PS1.
conference that was like, give us money so we can make this? Was it a different game?
That's right. It was Shenmue 3.
Oh, 3. So 1 and 2 are actually being published by Sega. They say that these are remastered versions coming to the PS4, the Xbox One, and PC in 2018. No specific date has been set yet, but I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I didn't play these back on the OGX, so.
I played
Dark and
one. Actually, I played one on Saturn. It was originally on Sega
They're not
Saturn.
remasters. They're just HD versions of the game. They're not. I mean, I don't know.
Well,
Well, they're
yeah,
kind
that's
of remasters,
It's
right?
bringing
Kind
them
of.
to HD. They weren't HD before.
I wonder if it's going to be good.
Probably not.
No, it's probably not for me. It's probably not for me. And the last piece of news I have here, God of War is now the highest rated new PS4 release of all time. God of War is racking up the scores, man. 10s out of 10s everywhere. The next closest new PS4 release to God of War score is Persona 5, came out in 2016, and then Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, which came out in 2015, and then Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, all which sit at 93 score. So, I mean,
Wow.
I think God of War is at 97 on Metacritic.
Yeah, I'm seeing masterpiece all over Twitters.
Yeah, I saw that the screenshot because they released on the Sony Facebook fucking thing. They released like a screenshot of Kratos standing there, and like behind him they put all the scores from different websites, and it was like literally all 10 out of fucking 10. I was like, holy shit! Oh, that's incredible though, man. Good job to.
Did you read where those were coming from?
All different sites. There was like IGN, but there was also like
Real
random.
Gamer. Yeah.
There was maybe 4 major publications in that entire
Game
fucking
Informer.
list.
Hey man, you didn't see our name on there? Horrible Gamers, 10 out of 10.
No, I didn't.
Fuck, best game ever.
They hit us in the bottom, by his leg.
Yeah. And was that in the fine print, Jesus?
I
It must
put
have been at the
glasses on to read it.
Horrible Gamers, 10 out of 10 is right there, dude, on the cover, man. Shit, it's on the box art.
my point exactly. A bunch of fucking nobody places,
Hey,
I
man.
noticed Giant Bomb. I didn't think IGN was on there. I didn't. see
IGN is
that,
the
though.
first
Were they?
one on there. Yeah, they're the
Is it?
first
Okay,
one on
yeah.
the list. Of course, they're the first
I just remember
one on the
reading
list.
through them and I'm like, I never heard of these guys, 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 never heard of these guys. I'm like, okay, Games Radar,
And people,
Giant Bomb, couple of places that I recognize, but the rest was all like, eh.
let's look at the scores here. GameSpot gave it a 9 out of 10. IGN gave it a 10 out of 10. Let's see here. Quote, I expected great action from God of War, and it delivers that handily. But I didn't expect it to be a thrilling journey in which every aspect of it complements the others to form what is nothing short of a masterpiece. It's a game in which Kratos, a previously one-note character, becomes a complex father, warrior, and monster. embattled both on the field and within his own heart about how to treat his son, one in which the world opens up and shifts, offering rewards in both gameplay and knowledge of his lore that I treasured with each accomplishment. The obvious care that went into crafting this world, characters, and gameplay delivers by far the most stirring and memorable game in the series. The Guardian gave it a 5 out of 5, Game Informer 9.75 out of 10, Polygon 10 out of 10, and Eurogamer says they recommend it.
And guess what? We're going to be seeing articles that say God of War was the best-selling PS4 game ever.
Yes, we are.
And guess what? God of War does not have loot boxes.
Yes. That's
Oh
crazy.
my God.
All it takes is a good game.
Well, I don't know. I think the loot boxes maybe to these companies. I think Sony's like, here, have some cash, 10 out of 10. Here, have some cash, 10 out of 10. Here, have some cash, 10 out of 10.
I don't know about that.
I
I don't know.
We'll see.
man.
When is this out now? It's not out yet.
Out
right?
on
No,
the
no.
20th. 26
Tuesday,
days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they lifted the embargo early.
They did. That's how I feel like that's how confident they were. Because a lot of companies don't lift their embargoes. I mean, even when we get review codes, a lot of companies are like, no, you got to wait till the day of to release whatever score you're going to give it or
Our
any
game is
recommendation.
garbage. You cannot.
Yeah, or
tell
don't
people how you
like
feel
don't
about it.
even talk about it. Like they tell us specifically, like you cannot mention any gameplay, don't mention anything until the day of. And this is like, fuck it, a week early, guys. Go ahead, say whatever the fuck you want
2
about
weeks
it.
early. Yeah.
Yeah, boom, and yeah, it's done in like 2 weeks early, man. That's crazy. Yeah, it's gonna sell systems. I bet you that.
Good on you, Sony Santa Monica.
Yeah, seriously. Good on you, man. Good on you.
I'm glad. That
I've
they,
never wanted a PS4 so bad, honestly.
Really.
Yeah.
You really that much? You really want to play
I
this?
wanna
game?
play-
But I
some
really
VR.
want to play this damn game. It looks so good.
Car driving.
But according to some sites now, I'm reading here that it says playing the game in 4K is not the best way to play it because it's at 30 frames a second.
I heard that. What?
They say that you should play it on the performance mode, which will unlock the frame rate with a cap of 60 frames a second.
They should release it
Might
on
look better.
Xbox One X.
Yeah.
They say the performance mode is kind of like a dynamic resolution where it will go down and up depending on the
Yeah.
assets to keep the frame rate up.
And I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's
I'm sure it's
Did
going to
you-
look good.
I mean,
on
did you watch
all-
the Digital Foundry video? They said it hovers around like 40, 45 frames per second, but it's like always bouncing back. And like sometimes it'll hit 60, but then it dips back down. They said the best way to play it is in the 30 frames per second because it's just smoother.
Yeah,
Okay.
it won't when the frame rate's jumping up and down. It can get choppy, right? So.
I'm looking at a site right now where it has like a slider for like the PS4 standard version and the Pro version, and the Pro version looks much brighter, better colors, of course.
Of course, yeah.
Right.
But it's gonna be an incredible game. I kind of want to buy it, but at the same time, I'm like, I got so many games to play, dude. Fuck. I want to buy it now.
Oh,
You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it, Jesus.
You think so?
you are. It's quit beating around the bush and just get it over with.
Another news.
And by the way, if
speaking
you're
of-
gonna get it, if you are gonna get it, we should talk about game sharing on PS4.
I gotta wait for Brink to buy a PS4 though to see if I game share with him.
Oh, fuck you.
But yeah, guys, I mean, God of War, so check it out. That's coming out on the 20th of April, so 420, guys, so get yourself a fucking bag of weed, get yourself some chips, something
Oh,
to
wow,
drink.
man.
You want to play some God of War, man?
Same, so good.
420.
Brownies, some burritos. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, guys. Also, one last piece of news that I have here is the Division on Xbox One X has finally got its update for the 4K.
About damn time.
Yes. Yeah. Pretty much.
Cool.
I'll probably start it and look at it. Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
Play-
And go play something else.
Yeah.
It says that on the Xbox One X, it pushes 44% more pixels than on the PS4 Pro.
Division 2 is coming.
Division 2. That's right. That's right. In other news, I sold my Switch.
No
You did sell it.
Last piece of news. I got rid of it,
GameStop.
guys. I got rid of it. Yeah, because I don't want to get shot, dude. I've read all those stories about people getting shot on Craigslist. I'm not going to get shot for this.
Okay. Shoot them first, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like, want to buy a Switch? Pow! Ah.
Then take their money.
I know you're going to try and shoot me.
I know you're going to try and shoot me. But yeah, I got rid of it, guys. And I'm going to say why I got rid of my Switch. It's because I just didn't fucking play it, dude. It's been sitting there. Honestly.
I hear you, man.
Sitting there. Like, what was it? Like a week ago, maybe less than a week ago, a few days ago, I tried to turn it on to play some more Zelda. And I just got bored. I was like, this is fucking, no, fuck this game. And then I was like, what else is on here? I looked at my game list. And I was like, there's nothing I want to play.
What about your daughter? Is there any game she's not interested in, like, that would, like...
Oh, no, she likes those games. She has her own Switch, though. Okay. So, I was like, no, I'm just going to get rid of this thing. And I did. I got rid of it. And yeah, I don't regret it. I got the PS4 and I have the Xbox One, and I don't have a lot of time to game sometimes, and it's hard for me to switch between all the platforms. So I think sticking with these two that I have now be fine. Because there's games on the PS4 that I do want to play, like Spider-Man. I definitely want to play Detroit Become Human that comes out next month. I'll probably end up playing God of War. And yeah, there's a lot of exclusives that they have coming out. They're going to be fucking incredible, right? And I really want to test those out. But there was nothing that Nintendo has shown this year that's coming out that has me going, I really need a Nintendo Switch.
I think that list that I heard on VGO is just all old games.
It is. Wolfenstein 2. Like, they're releasing all these other third-party games, but it's too late. I mean, who really wants to play Wolfenstein 2 on the Switch?
Games you've already played on other platforms.
But and performing subpar to the other consoles. Like the Wolfenstein on the Switch is not going to look nothing like the Xbox One X.
But Jesus, don't you want to build cardboard?
Oh God, no! Fuck no! I'm not even gonna. My daughter doesn't even know about that shit, and I'm glad she doesn't. She hasn't asked me for no stupid fucking Labo thing, which also comes out on the 20th of April.
Yes.
And that's, you know that shit. I wonder what scores that's going to get. 10 out of 10 by everybody, probably. Because it's fucking Nintendo. They get 10 out of 10 just for having Nintendo on the name. But yeah, I mean, that's the reason that I got rid of it. It's just my preference as a gamer. I prefer to game on the Xbox more than anything. But hey, man, PlayStation is getting some love with Horizon. And I'll probably be playing God of War. And like I said, Detroit Become Human. That shit's like one of my most anticipated titles in the beginning of the year here. And Spider-Man just looks cool, dude. You've seen gameplay of Spider-Man.
Does look good.
Oh man, that thing looks crazy. And yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, but that's the Switch, man. Switch is gone. Goodbye, Switch. And I know that, you have a Switch, Ryan.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you even use that thing?
No. I haven't turned it on in forever.
Yeah,
I probably have so many software updates I have to do.
Wasn't even connected to the internet. So how little you use that thing, dude. I didn't even have it connected to the fucking internet. Like, it's bad. That's bad when you don't even have your shit connected to the internet. It's like, that means you don't even use it at all.
I really haven't touched it since Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, because what has Nintendo released?
Yeah. And I don't care about Smash.
What about when Pokemon comes out?
I do want to play Tropical Freeze because I never got a chance to play that because I didn't have a Wii U. Tropical Freeze is something that I'm interested in, but there's been points where I've considered getting rid of my Switch too, but I just end up keeping it.
Wait for the next Pokemon game. You'll be loving it.
No, I don't give a shit about Pokemon. That's what I mean. Like, most of the stuff I don't give a fuck about, Like, there's the odd thing that's on there, like Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze that I want to play. But, like, I don't really care for Metroid even. Like, if they brought out a new Metroid, that wouldn't even really entice me much. Pretty much all I like is the Mario games and Mario Kart and... that's it. Zelda even, it was cool, but it didn't pull me in like it did with a lot of other people. I got a little lost in it, and then I just found like I don't want to do this anymore. So
yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's it for news, guys. Really, I mean, PlayStation 5 rumors keep coming up. I keep seeing them everywhere. What I think that Sony has in store this year, if they announce any console, would be a PS4 Pro Slim. That's what I think they would announce this year. If they were going to release any type of hardware, just to like have some kind of hardware release because of all the rumors.
But I don't know, man. I don't know if they can shrink that down.
You think they can? They can. They could figure out a way, man. Come on, they shrunk the PS4 down to that little tiny.
They've had a couple years to.
I know,
tinker with it.
There's a reason that is so big.
Can they not put a vapor chamber in there or something?
Maybe.
We put a vape chamber just like we put 2 vape chambers in here. You could put double the juice.
Dual vape chambers.
Or add a Blu-ray player or something to the
something. Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking. Maybe they'll add like a Blu-ray player and shrink it down in size because that thing is big. Like that fucking thing is big. Huge, dude. So I wonder if that's what they're gonna announce at E3 this year. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if they did announce a PS4 Pro Slim. Because they always do that. Sony seems to be more on top of that shit than Xbox. Oh, yeah. Because Xbox... Yeah, the Xbox One X is fucking small. I don't think they could shrink that down anymore.
No,
I think it's fucking small. It's smaller than the Xbox One S. It's crazy. But yeah, guys, get ready for E3, guys, because this is in a month.
Jesus Christ.
A month.
June.
We're talking about E3. We're going to be covering E3. It's going to be crazy. Lots of things going to happen at E3. I expect to hear like Borderlands 3 or something at E3 at the Microsoft stage.
I hope so.
Hell yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, Borderlands 3. I expect to hear that. I expect to hear some Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
Speaking
of E3, last night I went to what Jesus referred to as the Sony press conference.
Yeah, I clicked on that. He put that on there. I was like, what?
Sony press conference is what it looked like.
It was Video Games Live. I went to see that last night, and it was awesome. It was really good. Yeah. I went with Kathy, and we had a great time. But for people that live in the Toronto area, if you ever go to a show in Massey Hall and you're of a bigger size, such as myself, you probably do not want to sit in the balcony because those seats were fucking tiny. The tiniest little fucking wooden seats we were all squished into fucking watching this thing. But the show was awesome. If you want to see any of it, I put up a bunch of videos. You can watch them. I didn't put up everything. There was a lot of stuff that I didn't like. I wasn't going to sit there and record the entire show. Although they do say during the show, please feel free. We want you to spread this shit, spread it around, let people see it. You know what I mean? So they encourage you to actually videotape and post and stuff like that. But yeah, so I put up a bunch of videos, and you can check those out. I actually put up all of them on my own personal Facebook, but I only put like a couple up on the Horrible Gamers. So maybe I'll share that post to the Horrible Gamers so you guys can all check that out. I'll try to do that tonight. Yeah. But yeah, it's a good time. They played music from Zelda. They played music from Mario. They did like a Mario medley. They did Earthworm Jim. They did Overwatch. They had the composer from Blizzard was actually there, and he came out and did like Overwatch, World of Warcraft, and a couple of other songs, I think, that he had composed for Blizzard. He doesn't work for them anymore, but he did, and he did all the music for those games. Nice. Unfortunately, they didn't play any Diablo. I was like, fuck, Diablo. Do Diablo. That would be awesome. But no, they didn't do any. And then they had the actual singer that sang the theme song for Pokemon, the TV show. He came out and they did the whole Pokemon song and all that stuff. So I got that all on tape, Earthworm Jim and a couple other things too. But yeah, it was a good time. So if you ever see Video Games Live rolling through, you should go check it out. Well, they usually grab like the best orchestra artists in your area. You know what I mean? Like they gather a bunch of different people together that are from like whatever town you're in. Like, so for instance, there was like the Toronto Philharmonic Orchestra, and that's who was there with them, right? Like it's a big deal. It's a lot of fun, and they have these little vignettes in between each of the songs. They'll have like geez, let me see if I can remember one. It was like Donkey Kong versus Contra, and it'll be like the Contra guy at the bottom of the Donkey Kong screen, and he like just shoots fucking. Or no, I'm sorry, it was Mortal Kombat versus Donkey Kong, and Scorpion comes out at the bottom, and he goes, "Get over here!" and he gets Donkey Kong and pulls him down to the bottom of the thing, and then fucking. He's laying there on the ground, and he does the thing to the princess that's at the top and pulls her down, chops her head off, and it's just like brutality. And that's like one of these little vignettes that happen in between each of the songs. It's really, it's really cool, man. Like, it's worth going to see. I just bought cheap ass tickets. That's why I was sitting in the fucking tight seats.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. So I mean, like, if you ever get a chance to check out Video Games Live, I would definitely suggest it.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, and I'll get those posted later on. I'll share that post over to the Horrible Gamers group, so you guys can check out the stuff I did record.
Sweet.
All right, guys.
time.
That's it. Moving on to community questions. We post every week in the group asking you for questions, and this is what we got this week.
We've got our first one from Brendan Robb. He asks, what are your reactions on the Sea of Thieves roadmap?
I like it. I think that Rare has a lot to do to fix the game. But not necessarily fix it, but to improve it. Because the game works. And I finally got my achievements, by the way, the other day. Like, all 10 of them.
Okay, so they did?
Yeah.
They did go back to the ones that you...
Oh, so they're popping now.
Yeah, they I just logged in and it was like, like they just kept popping. I was like, what the fuck's going on? And I realized that there were all the achievements that I had unlocked previously when they were off.
We'll have to load up because I haven't loaded into that for a while.
Yeah, so they're all there now for me. And I'm playing with Destro the other day. He was like, yeah, dude, a bunch of things are popping up for me. So there's that. And I like the roadmap. I think that the content that they're going to provide will be hopefully fun and hopefully good. And hopefully it changes the way the players are in the game, because like I said, a lot of the players in the game are not friendly, dude. Everybody just attacks everybody. It just happens, and I'm kind of sick of that. I really want a game where you can team up with people and be like, hey, dude, let's go do this. Let's do it. All right, let's be friends. Let's be cool.
You know what I think a big problem is also is a lot of the times we're in party chat.
Yeah.
And we're not in game chat. So like, even when you're just floating by somebody, you can yell out something to them and they'll probably hear you. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of time we're in party chat and they might have yelled out to us and we didn't respond to them. So it's like, all right, then fuck you. I'm not taking the chance of you turning around and coming to attack me. So I'm just going to attack first. I think that might be like something that occurs, not all the time, but some of the times.
Yeah, definitely.
Because there are a lot. We have found people every once in a while that, end up joining up with you or helping you out or, this or that.
I think they should have, what they should have done is something like Ark Survival Evolved did, where, well, not to the extent of where they just came out with all these servers. So you just, could go out and join your favorite server because it was just too many, and some had different modes to it, but where basically you had that option of PvE, PvP, do you want all of it? I don't think that it had to be anything complicated. I think they should have just added that, where
this game doesn't do PvE.
I'm just saying that they should have. I think that should have been there right off the gate.
That sort of defeats the purpose of the game, though, in my opinion.
I don't know. I think other people would have a good experience with it. So, yeah.
I think people are just getting salty about other people actually being pirates. You're a fucking pirate. You steal people's shit. That's what you do. People are going to steal your shit.
I'm just looking at some of these people that are on Twitter, okay? The ones that, I just like to play in a sloot by myself and, yeah, you know, so, hey,
I'll
okay.
tell you something.
Probably not for you. And then I've read other posts where people say, you know, oh, I had my 11-year-old kid on and he got cursed at.
Your
and
fault.
okay, first of all, it's for teens, right? It's not for kids. But I'm just saying that they should have grabbed that audience. They should have made that PvE. So,
What I'm going to tell you right now is that Uncharted 4 showed me that pirates actually work together and then betray each other at the end.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's not a game breaker for me, but I just think they could have.
Which is exactly what Alan maybe would do, right?
I mean, in Uncharted 4, the whole thing is about you finding this treasure from a pirate, and you find it, and you realize at the end the guys killed each other for the treasure that they were hiding. They were all working together in the beginning, though. All the pirates went to the same island to hide out from the fucking Navy or whatever the fuck was chasing them. And then they killed each other. It happens, but it was at the end, guys. Come on. Have some damn decency.
But for me to answer Brendan's question, I didn't see the content that they're offering, just from what you guys have
Well,
talked
they're gonna add a new enemy. They said, like new big enemy to fight. They said, what I think they need to add. They could add so much to this game and make it good. They need to add, like I said, fucking fish, whales, dolphins, crabs, etc. into the ocean. Add I want to see. What I want to see is the Navy, British Royal Navy or some shit. And just be like an AI fucking ship that runs around there or whatever, or a bunch of little ships or whatever. Yeah, and randomly if they see you, they're like, we're going to take you out because you're a pirate, you know? Oh, and I want to see things like if I'm running a treasure mission, I could fly a flag that shows that I'm fucking going for the gold hoarder stuff at the moment. And if I'm fucking going for merchant stuff, I could have a flag on my ship that shows that I'm going for merchant stuff, or I'm going for Order of Soul stuff.
So stalk me and then wait till I get all this.
No, it's like saying
destroy me, and steal my shit.
No, it's just saying hey, look, that ship over there, they have merchant stuff. That shit, we probably shouldn't attack them. They're not anything's not gonna be worth much. But those guys, they have a big flag that says, "I'm stealing treasure." Let's go after them and just have shit like that in the game.
But why would anybody do that? No one would put a fucking flag up. They'd be like,
make
fuck
make the game automatically do it for you.
So so my theory is that you know the little wind flag at the top.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little white wind flag.
Yeah.
Just change that to the color of each of the missions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just do that. That's what I mean.
It's either purple or it's red or it's exactly.
Yeah, whatever, blue.
They need a central hub, a place where you can go and recruit other pirates
and show off your shit
to go on a mission, like the Tower in Destiny.
I could pull up in my big ass boat that's all painted in colors and look all fancy.
Like I was talking about.
Let me be your captain.
Find game.
I think that's where that's what the outpost should be like.
Yeah.
They should be more like a meeting place where it's
and it should be
you drop your chests off and whatever, and then you go up to the bar and you meet some people. But
what they need to do in the outpost is say once you're in a certain range of this, if you fire your cannons, the outpost fire upon your ship until you fucking leave because you betrayed whatever law is in that area. Right?
You betrayed the pirate's code.
Yeah, so as you're pulling into an outpost. Nobody can fire a cannon, and if anybody fires the cannons, that ship is going to get attacked by the outpost itself. They'll have AI cannons or whatever that can shoot at you or whatever and fuck your boat up. That are super accurate. Because in the skeleton forts, those skulls are super. They're fucking accurate as hell. The skeletons with the tower cannons, just put those guys. But have AI people manning those towers or whatever on the outpost, then you can't kill them. And there's no ladder to get up there, and they're just watching you. And if you fire your cannons, they fire at you until you leave.
It's like Pirates of the Caribbean, man.
There you go.
He goes to that little island where all the pirates go, and they have the bars, and you can go there and find shipmates and get drunk, and there's a code that you can't start shit, and that's the pirate law there.
Yeah, it's like when you first fire a game, it tells you, just go to the seaofthieves.com website and go look for people there. No, why don't you just add it to the game?
Yeah.
Huge misstep there.
Yeah. Anyway, next question, guys. Talked enough about Sea of Thieves. Raymond McKinney says, what do you think about a RC tank tournament where the tanks shoot airsoft rounds at each other and can use smoke screens and upgraded engines engines as upgrades?
I think that's a cool idea. The thing is, so he posted in the group, he wants to do like this thing where he's going to have like little RC tanks that can shoot airsoft rounds at each other and like blow smoke out and all kinds of crazy shit. I'll be like, I'm down for that, dude. But how are we going to do this? You know what I mean? Like, how?
Well, they currently do have that. I know a guy that does that with boats. So he actually has he has actual like little cannon on his.
Well, it's like those. It's like those fucking robot wars. You know what I mean?
Robot Wars.
You make your fucking robot,
cool.
and you put them up against each other.
But I'm saying for us, like he's posted it in the group, like if we could, dude, I don't know where you're at, man. You could be in, for all I know. I mean, how am I going to get there? Are you going to do this online where we control the things online or something? Or
no, I think this is like a build your own shit, isn't it? And I don't know.
I just don't
RC tanks, I'm thinking it's like real life RC
like
remote
real
controlled
life
tanks.
What would be cooler is if he could make a bunch of tanks and have people control
And
them
then we
online.
could control them through the internet.
That'd be
that would
fucking
be sweet.
cool. That would be big,
If we could do
dude.
that.
That would take off. I'm telling you, that shit would take off. But yeah, like control, like you could do that with anything, with planes, with RC boats, with RC tanks. Have people control shit online. Probably the planes is probably a bad idea because
That would be
people
cool.
would crash
Even if
them.
it was something like, okay, buy this tank for $60 or whatever, and
That's
it's
your
like an
tank.
actual. Yeah, it's your tank, and
And now you can log on anytime you want to
upgrade it.
and use it.
Yeah.
Keeps your stats and
Yeah, fuck yeah, we got a new hit game, guys. RC Tank Commander Xbox One.
HGP presents RC Tank Commander on Xbox.
It's not a good title
I
for a
assume these
game. That
movies
sounds like a
World of
game from
RC
like
tanks.
it sounds like a game from 1970 or some shit.
Gas-powered boats as well. So,
Brinks.
we have them in cars and planes and stuff.
Brink of Eternity's RC Tank Battle.
Everybody uses electric mostly, but you still see gas RC cars. I think they're faster. So
They're super fast.
Yeah, my dad used to race.
McKinney's RC Tank Battle.
Raymond McKinney's RC Tank
There you
Battles.
go.
It's a new game. Oh shit, guys.
When you let go of the gas, your tank has to spin around in a circle backwards.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, pop wheelies. Watch my tank pop wheelies. And Ray, I think it would be cool too if they had like the drones out there as cameras.
Yeah, and you have like drones for spectators.
Shit, that would be sweet.
Oh man, we got a whole idea for you, Ray. We expect royalties if you ever do
Hey.
this.
Call us.
Yeah, because they actually
work
put
out a
these
deal.
actually little mini cannons on them, and they probably that's like I don't think you want to actually destroy them, like completely, or do so much damage. But yeah, the
No, but
airsoft
like,
would
let's say the airsoft is programmed so like if one thing hits another tank, then that tank is out. Like, have something
You
in
know
there where it
what?
shuts it down.
You know what? You wouldn't even have to do airsoft. You could do laser, and just have like.
No, but you'd want the actual like the actual ball to to come out. And,
Why? What's the ball gonna do? It's gonna go.
Well, it would be for effect.
And
I know,
fly
but
off in a
for
different
effect,
direction.
You could add sound effects.
But you could do that with
Lasers.
lasers as well. As soon as the laser.
How about this? How about you add lasers and an airsoft ball?
Yeah, there you go. Like a direct, like an actual.
I don't understand.
Well, the airsoft is for Gunny's enjoyment of hearing it hit something, I guess, and then the laser is just to program it to shut down because you hit it.
Yeah, like I mean, that's what I mean. It could be like a 4-point thing, right? Like where it's like you have to hit him 4 times.
Yeah.
With the laser, and then you're good to go, right? Like then you win. You take him out or whatever.
Got good ideas here, guys. I like this.
Nobody would watch it. I was just thinking as a viewer, I'd want to actually see.
I'd watch this.
Right? Or it's a ball or like the actual airsoft round.
Brink would watch it.
Funny, even with a laser, the laser hits, you see fucking smoke pour out because once that laser hits, it knows to trigger the smoke effect or the explosion effect or whatever you might have on that tank. And every tank could have different effects. You know, you could have a tank that fires off a fucking a firecracker or something, you know, and like, you know.
It's getting a little out of hand, guys.
You know, it's like
Laser tanks.
Laser tanks. Raymond McKinney's laser tanks. Only on Xbox One. Game Pass.
That would definitely be like a release early access.
Extreme early access.
Yeah.
Battle Royale tanks that you control in real life. You drop them out of a plane. 100 tanks on a little island.
And the graphics look like a 3-year-old drew it. Just these horrible sketched tanks.
You drop them out of a plane onto an island. 100 of them.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to pick up your upgrades as you run around
They
the island.
parachute down. Yeah.
We got the whole idea, guys. We're good. We're good to go here. Raymond McKinney's Battle Royale RC Tank Battle.
Yeah. There you go. Copyright that, Ray. All right. Next one, we're shifting here.
Okay.
Good friend Brian Tulp Jr. He asks, is a Volkswagen Beetle a chick car? What cars do you think are chick cars?
Yes, it's a chick car.
Is it?
Chick car.
The new
If I see
ones.
a guy get into a Beetle, I'm like, huh? Is that
The new ones are chick cars, but like the old ones, the older ones, like the loud ass engine, those are not chick cars. I don't think.
You don't? Yeah, right. Because I had one of those.
Like
But
the older ones.
I know he's talking about the
No,
newer
those are
ones.
chick cars
Hey,
too. Actually,
No,
They're
if you
super
get
chick cars.
the naturally aspirated one, it's a chick car. But if you get the turbo, it's kind of manly.
Ooh, a turbo. Yeah, you can get them with turbo, right?
It's still a big bubble.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, the big bubbles are definitely the chick
Those
cars.
are chick cars.
Did you know Volkswagen is spelled with an E? E-N? Not O-N?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Volkswagen.
yeah. What's the point of this?
Yeah.
I always just thought it was spelled with an O, like W-A-G-O-N, but it's
No.
W-A-G-E-N.
Volkswagen.
Volkswagen.
Because I did have the Beetle. I think it was
Gunny,
called
you had a
Kit
chick
or
car? Is that what you're
something like
saying?
that was made by Volkswagen. That and is it the Carmen Ghia? I think the Carmen Ghia is also made by Volkswagen. Some good classic cars.
Gunny had cars. What are you saying?
No, dude, I had the Beetle, dude. I had the old Beetle. I think it was like a 74.
That's exactly what
Was it
Brian.
purple? Was it
second
purple
one.
in the 5-speed?
It was. Yeah. What
Yeah, it was
color?
a little
What color was it?
blue.
It was purple.
Light blue,
Faded ass blue with like dents in it. and
light
shit.
blue, or dark blue?
A poor man's car. All right, Brian, I got a question for you, or you guys. You know, like I saw a guy the other day. He was driving the Jeep Rubicon 4-door, like
Gunny.
the wife, and he was drinking a juice box.
Gunny.
Does he lose his man card for that?
Did you
Was
just
it a high C?
did you just assume someone's gender?
Huh? Oh yeah, I'm assuming his gender.
How dare you? How
know.
dare
You're
we
a
don't
monster.
we don't do that on the show. We do not assume nobody's gender on this show. You're off the show now. Gunny's been
What are
fired,
your
guys.
pronouns, Gunny?
Yeah, how dare you?
What are your pronouns?
And why can't a man drink a juice box? What's wrong with
Yeah.
that?
I don't think he can drive a Jeep
It's
Rubicon.
fucking 2018, Gunny. If a man wants to drink a fucking juice box while driving his Rubicon around, he could do that.
Okay, but what if he lifts?
I would, if I had
If a
fucking
man
Rubicon,
or a
I would get a
woman-
juice box right fucking now and go
If a
driving around.
man or a woman wants to drive their Rubicon around, we don't assume genders. They could drink a juice box whenever the fuck they want to, Gunny. How dare you? It's 2018.
You don't know what was in that juice box.
Yeah,
bro.
it could have been alcohol.
Yeah,
There could have been some like manly ass shit up in there.
Yeah.
orange juice or IC and some.
It's like a fucking IPA in a juice box.
Yeah.
No, have you guys seen those? Have you guys not seen those vodka boxes from Russia? They look like juice boxes, but they're vodka, and they're like in high C fruit punch
course.
boxes.
Of course Russia has that. Hey,
Maybe he was drinking one of those, Gunny. How dare you? How dare you? But yeah,
but yeah.
I mean,
What's the next question?
Let's not
Next
do the awkward
question.
silences.
I mean, Gunny's assuming
Okay,
people's
David
genders.
Schneiders asks, why do you guys hate Recore so much? It's pretty damn fun. I didn't know I hated Recore.
I agree, man.
I didn't
It is
know I
pretty
hated
damn
it.
Fun.
I never even played it, so I don't know if I hated it.
I didn't finish it, but I didn't hate what I played of
Is it good, Brink?
And I played it when it first came out, before all the updates and shit came out for it. It was fun. It's an interesting
It's a
game.
fun game. Yeah, it's fun.
And now that it's on Game Pass, I mean, fuck, play it,
I'm gonna
guys.
play it 'cause it's on Game
I think I
Pass.
played the demo when it came out. Yeah, I didn't give enough time.
Well, Gunny, I own it, so
Okay,
you can play
yeah.
whatever the fuck you want.
I mean,
I'll
I'm
get in
sure
there
David
more.
Snyder, like, now that he's finally removed Destiny 2 veil from in front of his face, he's probably realizing how many games are out there, and it's probably blowing
Yeah.
his mind.
It's like,
Yeah.
what is this? What is this Wolfenstein we speak
Oh
of?
my god,
What is this game?
this is amazing.
What is this Far Cry game you guys speak of? Shit. Okay.
Yeah. Next one, Adam Sunday wants to know, what multiplayer game from your past do you still wish to play, but is either non-back compatible or has lost all the player base?
Unreal
any-
Tournament.
Yeah, was that?
Me. Back in the day, I used to play the shit out of that. It was so much fun. Unreal Tournament, but it's still around, I guess. I mean, you can't, but it's not the same to me, you know. I don't know if it's just because of the time that's gone by and I'm not as interested in those types of games as I was back then. I don't know, but
I think they're.
Oh, that's
I think it's Medal of Honor Airborne, but I think that is backwards compatible.
But if they
I think it's
online,
on-
it's not live on that.
yeah, I don't know.
I doubt there would be anybody playing it. So
Yeah.
Battlefield 1943 was the standalone game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That game was
Yeah.
fun as shit, but I went back and played it pretty late in the generation, and there's nobody playing that game.
yeah.
Figures. I don't know. I really would want to play like Modern Warfare 3. I think I would really enjoy playing Modern
Oh, come on. There's still people playing that.
Warfare.
Yeah,
3.
for
Probably a
sure,
few.
man. There's for
But it's
sure.
not backwards compatible.
But there's still people
Yeah,
playing it.
his
You could
question was very
in and you
specific.
Oh, sorry. Sorry,
Yeah.
motherfuckers. A game that I would really want to play now that it's backwards compatible is Battlefront 2, the original Star Wars Battlefront 2, because I fucking love that game, dude. I played a lot of it back in the day on the original Xbox, and it was just fun. It's honestly, it's a fucking disgrace what they released in the current gen compared to that game. Because that shit had everything. It had all the bad guys in there, all the good guys, all the different sides, all the characters you can fight as. And they just did a fucking good job with it. Too bad that the servers are now
I'm curious
offline.
if those are on Origin and if they're actual playable.
I wouldn't doubt that on PC you could probably find like two servers still running or something. But I think
people
they're...
might have custom servers or something.
But Xbox
Yeah, probably
Live,
custom.
the original Xbox Live is dead, so that's not going to come back. And that'd be crazy if they announced that they like somehow activated that back on for these games. But I doubt it. They won't do it.
Huh.
All right. What else we got, Gunny?
Next one is from Dumb Sim on
Discord.
the Discord server. He wants to know, for your next podcast, whenever Skull and Bones comes out, do you think it will simmer down Sea of Thieves? Also, the game looks like Wind Waker on Skyrim water.
So for our next podcast, which will come out whenever Skull and Bones comes out, guys. So don't expect a new show for the next 9 months.
Well, I guess no, because he answered this question after we had already finished up the last show. So I just added it on here.
I
Sorry.
see. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
think,
thought he meant he expected us to do a show when Skull and Bones comes out.
I
I'm
know.
like,
I just
Until then.
We can't do another show until Skull and Bones comes out.
So we don't even have a release date for
no,
Skull and
there's
Bones.
no release date.
No.
We were actually. It's funny, Jesus, because we were actually kind of chatting back and forth on that. We were saying how Jesus, you're going to be like, fuck Sea of Thieves. Skull and Bones is the best game ever.
Skull and Bones. It honestly, from the moment they showed that game, and from what I've known they've done with Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, Ubisoft can do it good, dude. they can do a fucking good job of a pirate fucking game.
Yeah, I'm just imagining how they're going to do this. I think because it's not going to be. I think you are going to be able to get off the ship maybe to do like some shopping for your ship. You know, it'll be something like that. But I don't. Maybe they'll add a little bit of combat in town. I'm just going off hat here,
that's
but
wishing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at the Ubisoft website right now, and I'm
Either way,
looking
it's
at the
gonna look
Skull and
beautiful.
Bones website in particular, and it says here, it is the golden age of pirates. Renegade captains command the most powerful weapons on Earth, warships. You are an upstart pirate captain who refused the king's pardon and sail from the Caribbean to the Indian Ocean, an untamed frontier full of lavish riches. However, these waters are also a battleground where far-reaching colonial empires, powerful trading corporations, and ruthless pirate gangs ferociously crash. In order to survive, you will have to build a lethal fleet, prey upon lucrative trade routes, and ally with other pirates to join the endless struggle for supremacy. So, like, you might, in this game, like, they might let you just, like, have, like, AI ships that run around with you and shit. Like, that's cool, man.
you know, like it'll be. So basically, this will be. It could be something where it's maybe the arcade story version of World of Warships.
Says here you can play solo or co-op. Enable combat redefined. And the ships that they're showing on the screenshots are like, they have like 10 sails on them. Like these fucking massive ass ships. So I'm thinking,
Behemoths, yeah.
I'm thinking the combat is going to be a lot like in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, where like you turn the camera to the left or to the right and you can fire the broadsides. It's all going to be like only one person controls the ship. You're not going to have to rely on crewmates to be on there with you and doing that. And I think when they mean by playing co-op, I think they mean like your buddy can come into your game with their ship and you guys can run around together doing missions or whatever.
Stay within this circle, from each
stay
other.
with each other, yeah. It's cool. And you know they're going to have like the British Navy because they mentioned the King's Pardon. So they're going to have the British Navy on here. They're going to have like the Indian Trading Company in there. All that shit. It's going to be cool. I'm excited
It'll be
for
the
it.
best game ever.
Hashtag Sea of Thieves is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to have a multiplayer mode in it. Story mode, I believe. It's going to be crazy, guys.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see all the comparisons to World of Warships. So,
Like the Elite Dangerous on the ocean, huh?
right? No, I don't think they won't make it complicated like controls.
Oh, no.
Like Jesus
Super
said, it'll be
simple.
just like
Yeah, it'll be just like Assassin's Creed 4, dude.
they did a little bit of an Origins. I think that was a taste, Jesus, in Origins. Spoiler alert.
In Assassin's Creed Origins, when you're playing as the chick and she's controlling the Navy, you're right. That's probably a taste of exactly what Skull and Bones might be like, where you could see the whole ship and you're controlling them and row, motherfuckers, row, and they're rowing faster and shit's getting crazy and the war drum is going. And, it's gonna be epic. I'm hyped, guys. Ubisoft is fucking crazy. These guys are good. They got me hyped again.
I wonder if that I would have been playtesting if I could have gone to Ubisoft.
Shit.
Maybe.
I wish I could go.
Or the next Splinter Cell.
That was the next possibility because that's what Tron normally works on is the Splinter Cell games. But I just don't know if they would be that far in yet.
They probably are, dude.
But
I guarantee you, if they come out at E3 and say that it's coming out this fall, that's probably what I would have been testing.
Yeah. If not this fall, it'll be spring.
If you show up there in the next couple of weeks, do you walk through the door? The guy holds out his hand and says, "Hi, I'm Michael Ironside," right? Are you just a raging nerd boner right there, or what?
Why? What? No, actually, I wouldn't. I don't know. That wouldn't happen anyways. I'd just be like, "Hey, dude, nice to meet you.
I'm fucking Ryan,
Pardon my
bitch.
boner.
I'm fucking Ryan Gibson from Horrible Gamers."
That's right. And then he would get a boner.
And he would be like, "Boing."
That'd just be crazy. I don't know.
Hey, what?
He'd like to meet you.
That's it, guys. That's all we have for the show. I mean, anything else you guys want to add to this?
Actually, Well, I guess I can give this little piece of news out, seeing as we've been sort of telling everybody. The guys here know already,
Okay.
but
Breaking
we're getting a player 3 in my house in October. So yeah, me and Kathy are having a baby. So
Congratulations, man.
yeah, so
Congratulations.
just wanted to put it out there and let everyone know it's
player
happening.
has entered.
The third
Rip
player,
your gaming time.
the third player's quarter is on the stand there waiting to be put in.
Damn, that's crazy, Ryan. This is crazy. You're gonna name him Jesus.
No, I don't think.
Come on, we already talked about it.
Come on, Jesus Walks a Lot is a cool fucking name, dude. Come on.
We're actually hoping for a girl, but
Damn it.
and I'm not going to name
Jesus
her.
Gibson.
Jesus
No.
Gibson. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I don't like it.
Gunny Flower.
Yeah, guys.
Gibson.
So that's happening in my life. So just I'm going to do my best to try and keep up and keep doing this because I enjoy doing it. It's fun and I enjoy getting together with all these guys every week and but there are going to be times coming up where I may be gone for a little while. So
Totally understandable. We can work with you. We'll bring Brink on to replace you for a bit.
What about that Iams character?
Oh, fucking Iams.
Still around?
Iams is too busy with his new girlfriend, dude. He's like,
I know. You still like he's on
I can't do podcasts, guys.
Post all kinds of happy pictures.
Yeah, like, look at
fuck
us.
off,
We're a
dude.
happy couple. Like, what the fuck is this bullshit, dude? This is not the Iams I
I'm
know.
so happy.
Look, this is-
but good for him, man. I'm happy for him. Even if you guys aren't, I'm happy
No,
for him. I'm
I'm
glad he
giving you
found
shit.
somebody. He deserves it, right?
Totally, yeah. I mean, and shout out to, Iams for that. But congratulations to you, dude. That's awesome. That's big news. I was kind of expecting you to break it on show 200, but I guess
Oh, yeah.
we get it a little
I
bit
guess-
early, guys.
Good wait.
It's all right.
Like it's told, like our immediate family knew, but we kind of told her side of the rest of her family tonight, so it was just it just felt like the right time, I guess. Sorry,
The right time.
sorry.
It's the right time, Ryan. We don't mind it. It's okay.
Being a parent is the most amazing thing you will ever experience.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's truly a gift, man.
It's the most amazing and the worst possible thing that you will ever experience in your life.
That's not a lie. That's not a lie.
I'm pretty sure it's
You're going to lose a lot of your gaming time. Just know that. So enjoy this last summer you have here. A free
That's where-
summer. Exploit the fuck out of this summer.
And the thing is Red Dead's coming out. right around.
Oh my god. You're going to totally miss out on Red Dead. It's like, Ryan, what have you been playing? Changing the diaper and staying up till 3 in the morning?
Simulator 28.
I hope you're not a big fan of sleep.
Yeah,
I
totally, dude. It's a big change, man, and we're glad for you. We're happy for you. I'm pretty sure the community's going to be excited to hear this. Big news, guys. Big fucking news. So, October, you said, right? October?
Well, yeah,
Okay.
maybe November.
Okay.
Somewhere between October and November, because like we haven't been for the first ultrasound yet, but we're going next Friday.
Yeah.
So they're basing the date off of her last cycle.
Okay.
So, but I know it was about 2 or 3 weeks after that the incident occurred.
Oh, shit.
So I'm thinking it's going to be like mid-November, but we'll find out probably next week. We'll find out more next week.
They're very
I'm
accurate
just-
with those dates.
I'm just picturing this cute little baby all swaddled and bald with a goatee.
No, I'm picturing a baby from South Park with like the Canadian head. The flappy head.
Anyways, get us out of here.
Oh man, with that being said, that was the end of the Horrible Gamers show number 199. Stay tuned, guys, because next week is show 200 and fuck, I don't know, what do we plan for 200?
Things are happening.
Nothing. We just kind of go fly by night here.
We're planning something for show 200, guys, so stay tuned.
We'll cook something up.
That's right. You can find me on Xbox Live. My gamer tag is Jesus Walks a Lot. I'll be playing some, what will I be playing this week? some HellBlade. That's it.
See a thief?
Maybe. Probably, yeah. Well, chances are I will. Call of Duty, actually. I was playing that with Evan the other day. We were playing that stupid mode where you hide as a prop.
Prop mode? Yeah.
They added that mode to World War II. And we were playing that shit. It was funny, dude. We were just laughing the whole time. We were just... Like, one time, I was a big fucking tree. And this chick, this player, I don't know, it was a girl character, but I cannot assume the person's gender.
Yeah, just don't assume a person's gender.
This, what do you call people without a gender? Like Z?
Person.
This person came up to me, and they shot me. So I flashed them, right? and I was trying to run away from them, so I hit Y as I flashed her. They shot me. I flashed my flashbang. I pressed Y to switch my prop, and that was a huge tree, and it switched to this big like horse trough thing, dude. The shit horses drink water out of, and where they put their fucking food at. This huge thing. It was big. It was the size of a car, if not bigger. And I was in front of her, dude. I was in I could not get into the hiding spot, so I just stood there. I just stopped right there in the middle, right next kind of where I was. And the character stood there and they looked at me. And I just fucking ran away, and I ran away from them, and I made it out. They started shooting at me. I flashed them again, and I just went around the building and hit up against the building. There were 5 guys back there. They did not know where the fuck I went. Me and Evan, we were just fucking dying of laughter because he was already dead, so he was spectating me. And he was like, "Dude, I could not believe you just pulled that off." I was like, I don't know how the fuck this just happened. We were dying. That was good when you're drunk. When you're fucking high, when you're drunk, and you're just
party mode,
having fun, dude. Just get in there with your friends and bullshit prop mode, and you get double XP for that. So if you survive the whole match, you get quite a bit XP. But yeah, find me on there. I'll be on my PlayStation, probably playing God of War on the 20th. My gamer tag on there is GSUS Walks a Lot. All my friends on there that are from the community, I never see you guys online. So I don't know all this PlayStation love I see. I never see you guys online.
P.S. I love you.
Just saying. But yeah, join the Facebook group. Go to Patreon. Patreon.com/horrible gamers. Donate to us every month. It's once a month. A couple bucks will go a long way. I'll tell you that right now. You could buy 2 McChickens with $2. There's 3 of us. We can.
Wait, you're not convincing them.
4 today.
Oh, there's 4 of us today.
Don't tell them they can go buy McChickens for $2 because then they're not going to give us Patreon money. What are you doing, Jesus? You're screwing it up.
Oh, shit. Oh, God, damn it. We're going to buy McChickens with your $2, so feed us.
Feed us some Dorito tacos right now.
Buy us McChickens and McDoubles and all that good stuff, guys. We love you. Head over to patreon.com/horrible gamers. Donate some money. And yeah, that's it. You can find me there.
Go to the Twitters. Go to the Horrible Gamers @ Horrible Gamers.
_horrible.
@ _Horrible Gamers.
You're right, Gunny. Where can we find you, Gunny?
Find me on Xbox Live and Steam under Gunny Chief. Gamer tag Gunny Chief. Ryan, where do we find you?
You can find me on Xbox Live and PSN under Gib8777. Brink, what about you, buddy?
Xbox Live, Brink of Eternity, or in the Facebook group, talking shit, probably.
Yeah, like always, typically.
Brink, stirring the pot. I like stirring the pot.
Brink, I see you posted a question in our super secret private chat. You asked if a Way Out can be played split screen, and yes, it can.
Yeah, I can.
But I want to play with you, man.
I'm gonna get my wife into video games.
God. God, I want to play with you, man. What the fuck? You gonna leave me?
Yeah, I want to play with you too, man.
For your wife? How dare you?
Never play anything.
What are we doing right now?
Jesus.
Hey, Ryan.
What does Gidget say?
Brink should play games with Jesus, what she says.
Right, they have their own conversation going. Why don't we just talk all amongst ourselves? Because they've just played the best games ever.
Peace out, Brussels sprouts.
We'll see you on the next week's edition of the Horrible Gamers Podcast, show number 200. Woo! Big 200. Love you guys. Bye. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye. Should I make more coffee? I think I'll be okay. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still recording.
Oh, yeah. Still recording.
I thought it crashed on me, but it's been good. It's been good. It's been recording every time.
Oh, yeah.
No crashes.
Crashes.
Hey.
Hey.
Hear us now.
Yeah. Just had to update Skype.
Yeah.
There you go. That'll do it.
Use the classic version.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
old desktop version. Yeah. No shout.
I was stuck in Windows 10 version for like a month, and it was driving me insane.
It does say my call quality is red, so that's sweet.
Yeah, you
Get out
gotta
of your
look-
fucking bunker, Brink. Get out of your bunker.
The microphone. It says something about my microphone. It's not the call quality. It's my webcam sucks. It says my microphone sucks too. So,
Not you, though.
but the connection seems good. So
Does it say you suck?
it does. It's like fuck you. Do I need to get closer to my mic, or is that loud enough?
Well, you sound like you're echoey. Like it's
you
obviously
sound like you're in your bathroom.
It's obviously your
It's
Because
not.
I'm in my.
It's
your
not
computer.
terrible, but it's between terrible and bad. It's okay.
I got a headset. Should I just?
Yeah, switch to your headset. See how it sounds.
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
between
It's just
bad and
between
terrible.
Terrible and bad. Nothing. Not terrible, Brink.
Sort of like
Okay,
not
I'll grab
good.
my headset. Let's go over there.
It's not really that good, but it's not really that bad. I don't know what to say.
Kind of sounds like maybe he should just record the show pretending to be in a porta potty or